Fairly unusual for she's probably Hannah is probably if she's like most Queenslanders, she's probably just tidying herself after a morning run or swim or something like that that they do early in the morning. You know, they're,
You see us
they're,
looking up. It's we're not ignoring you. We've actually got a TV in the boardroom up here.
okay, yeah, yeah.
There's a laptop below, so if you're
And
looking at
able to, no, that's great. It sounds like you've got a good setup. And are you able to so in terms of your yeah, here she is. I was going to say, and look, she does look like she's just showered off. You've probably just done a 5K run or some sort of triathlon. Yeah,
I have. Morning, everyone.
morning.
yeah,
How are we?
Good, thank you.
very good. Yeah, the boardroom is all set up and is looking good. Jeepers, that's a good
Great.
chalkboard in the background. It looks like it's had heavy activity. But I was saying, in Melbourne, at least, Hannah, it is a brilliant day to be working on the business. So it is miserable, right? It's
Is that
wet
it?
and it's awful. And I should let you guys know these are our absolute favourite days, you know, in terms of doing setup and planning. It kind of, you know, because it's not like, oh, let's hang back and let's see how it all looks in a month or two. Pretty much after the first few hours, everything will be sort of revised and set up the way that you kind of want to have it set up. Then we look at the ads management, saved audiences, that sort of thing, and the planning schedule, you know, in terms of posting when, where, and that sort of thing. So and what sort of thing. So they're always great days. Gives us a little bit of a chance to share our knowledge with you, so that you kind of then, I think, you know, what we find, whilst it's not a training session, often it is a high level sort of, there isn't a lot of education around it. There'll probably be some things, hopefully, that you haven't seen or didn't know before, and that you'll be able to take that away. And as I said as well, it just gives us a really strong path to you know, social media marketing management. And as I shared in my B&I this morning, you know, the idea is, for all of our businesses that we work with, you know, we want to give you tens of thousands more visibility this year. We want thousands more engagements and interactions, and we want thousands more people sort of going to websites, giving calls and emailing. You know, that's what it's all about. Ultimately, it's about having a consistent habit of social media marketing to get to those people that already know you, already like you to refer you, already like you to have some sort of involvement. That's what the habit's about. And then the advertising is getting to those people that you want to actually maybe didn't know your business, that you want to sort of increasingly gain their awareness of what you do, and why they should you know, be part of the sort of Awards Australia journey. So that's by way of setting things up. Now, what I might do, if it's okay, I'll just share. No, actually, you know what? Let's just go with you sharing your screen straight away. How does that sound? Is that okay? Josh, are you going to share it from where you are? Are you got the controls there?
And then,
Yeah. And that you've brought in your support team, because I remember earlier you were saying, oh, it'd probably just be you and me, and yeah. So it's good to see you've got the others in.
what are we sharing?
Just if you could share entire screen, it would be good, and just that way it makes it a bit easier. If that works on your, does it enable you to do that?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then you'll just click on a tab up above. Otherwise, you'll get a repeating image of sort of us and coming through. So just click on a different tab. That's the one. Awesome. Fantastic. So,
Bear with me. We'll get my keyboard, so I'm not playing.
of course, yeah, no problems at all. And I will try and mix the voices up a little bit, so Hannah will sort of pick up on things that I might forget. I might pick up on things that, if I'm suggesting that Hannah sort of direct us on different ones as well, because and then similarly, if at any stage you feel like, oh, look, slow down, or there's questions or feedback, just let us know. Yeah, we realise it's definitely helpful having more in the room. It certainly doesn't make any, you know, it's good having people in there. And so I guess what we would say is, you know, let's go at the easiest pace, accommodating everybody, right? I think the fact that we do have 3 people in a room, I might pick on Jeff a little bit, but generally speaking, if no, I don't mean throughout the session. I just mean maybe in this one comment, is that often we get to the end of these days and it's quite draining, right? Because it's sort of trying to pick up on a lot of stuff and in a way. So as I said, we'll take a break sort of midway point, or actually after we've done the sort of setup side of things, and we're happy around that. Take a bit of a break for half an hour just so, have something to eat, that sort of thing. But by all means, particularly given there is 3 at your end and there's 2 at our end. So realistically, if you need a coffee, need a stretch, need to take a call, we always like it if we bring on a little bit of luck. So if all of a sudden that sponsor calls that you must take, or I know you've always got applications and submissions in and all that sort of stuff. So if you do have work that, is required, we'll always have things that we can sort of continue on with, particularly when we've got others in the room as well. So cool. All right. Well, thanks for getting that up straight away. What we might do is the first thing is I'll get you to open on the right-hand tab there, Joss, up the top is so if you go to the top tab next to the Whereby tab, yep. So open up the one onto the right. Just open another tab on the right, the plus. Yep, perfect. And I'll just get you to open the website up actually, because that's what I've got open as well.
Website?
Yeah, just open your website. And Hannah, I've also got on my screen, just so that we know as we're going through, I've got the audit detail up, so it's probably worth you having that up so that we know the things that we're going to chip away at here.
Yeah.
And the next thing I might get you to do, Josh, and I don't know if you've opened it up on this screen or this machine, but basically is our Basecamp. So I know you guys have been using the Basecamp, so it's usually the easiest way is you can try typing in Basecamp if you've been on it already on this laptop. So otherwise the easiest way is often to click via if you've got your email, and you could say view this email and accept the invite to Basecamp. So is this your laptop, Josh? Yeah. Okay, yeah, so do Basecamp.
Forward the email in the Gmail and look at the Basecamp.
It's your Gmail on this, though. What you could do is put the Gmail for the organisation and just open Gmail up as a tab on the right-hand side, maybe.
We'll just send an email. And let's put our email up, so she'll just quickly send it to us.
Sure, yeah, no worries.
This Gmail account.
Perfect. Yeah, and so,
Basecamp. So this one here.
Yeah, so if you click on that, let's see how we go here. It'll probably ask you to sign in if you haven't with this one before. Let me just double check on my side. I mean, do you want to sign in? Have you just signed in as your Gmail? Do you remember? I'll just have a look at our end so I can see who's signed in and how you've signed in. So give me a second. So yes, it looks to me like Annette signed in as annette@awardsaustralia.com. So if you use that, I can see that she's the only one that's actually signed in to it at this stage. So sign in using Annette's details. Yep. Yeah, it shouldn't be Gmail. I reckon you'd struggle on that Gmail. Just go back again. What that was an. Oops, need to click the Google link button at top. Huh. That's very odd, because as I said, I can see that is the thing. If you go, are we in that Gmail that you had open a minute ago? Is that your Gmail, Josh?
So what?
Okay, so that's your Gmail. So let's do it a different way. So click back onto, if you go back to that Gmail account, the second from the left, yeah. So clearly Annette's been able to reply to emails, and that's put things into Basecamp. She also accepted it at one stage. If you scroll up to the top, and let's just, let's go into your inbox rather than up the top. So on the left-hand side, yeah. And we'll just do a search for Basecamp. And we might call it, so if just do that in the first, it'll probably be the first one because it'll be an invite, basically. Oh, Basecamp.
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go. Okay, forward. Yeah, try that one again. Yeah, go again. Yeah, click on that one. Oh, that's the one you just got, right? View this on. You know what I might do is I might because this is coming through to Annette's. Is that correct?
Yeah, Annette.
Yeah. What I might do is I'll just remove and resend. That's okay, and that way you get it immediately, and then you can just accept the invite. And Annette, I don't quite know why. Well, the other thing, yeah, just because we were getting that error when you were actually trying to sign in with the Annette app, but I can see that you've signed in, Annette, so I'm not quite sure what that reasoning is, but I'll resend it again. It's saying that you're already.
Is there a supplement?
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure, but let's just do it again. Send invitation again. It'll be quite generic this time. Just did it quickly. Oh, it's saying you're already on it, but what we might do. Let's see what happens if you. I'm just going to go. If you go back to your. If you go back to the Whereby, I'm just going to put the link for Basecamp for the project in, and I'll get you to copy that link and just paste it into the Basecamp tab. So if you go chat, so click on chat for me. Yeah, so click on the chat in the Whereby that you're looking at the moment. It's down the bottom on the left. It might be hidden by your where it says share screen. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that's the one. So just maybe copy that link and just paste it on the right-hand side into where we were trying to. Yeah. So try writing that in again. I just paste the whole thing up the top. Yep.
Hang on. What about pasting? Sorry. I just clicked the link. Is that all right? Up here?
Yeah. Yeah, that should be going. It's going okay. Well, try and put it in Annette's email again, because it basically says Annette's already on the project. That's the issue.
Because it's all been on Basecamp, Steve. Do you think it's because it's been through email the whole time?
No, Annette's already accepted. It's actually Josh and are you able to access your Gmail on this one, Josh?
Yeah.
Because what I might do, because you've also been invited, so maybe just swap your Gmail account there. And what I'll do is, because your one is a resend, send another info to josh@awardsaustralia.com. So I might just send it again to you so that you can then set up your password with it. And
I've got a separate email though. Do you want to send it to my Gmail account? That can be the easiest.
Okay, I'll do it to your Gmail. Okay, yeah. So what's your Gmail?
I'll pop it in the chat.
Oh, good. Yep, good idea. So what often happens? So that's the unusual thing is Annette's accepted it with the Awards Australia thing. Otherwise, often what happens is people do accept it with the Gmail, and that's what we can see as well at our end. But thanks for that. I'll just add that to the project then too, and you'll get that in a second.
Oh no. Yeah, this is going to test me. My Gmail password in a long time.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah.
I've updated the passwords recently, but that's always the problem, isn't it?
Okay, so there you go. I've just sent that through, so you should get that in a second.
Sweet, I was smart.
And as Hannah was saying, whether you've accepted invites or not, you can still just reply to emails, and it actually puts things into Basecamp. So it generates an email as well if you are on the project. So
Okay, we've got a million tabs now.
gotten in.
Alrighty, Steve.
There we go. Yeah. So you'll be able to accept, and you will be able to do it, and just click onto your Gmail then when you actually set it up.
Yeah. Alrighty, we're in. Apologies for the delay.
No, we are all good. There is always little things quirky things that, but this is great that you're in here straight away. So let's just click on the checklist. I'm just going to make yours full screen so I can see it. Oh, I know what's making it. Okay. Yeah, so now click on that checklist, which is under discussions. See, it's got Dify social setup and planning checklist. Click, yeah. That's the one. That link in the middle under
just
posting
that
message.
under discussions, it says Dify social setup and planning session. A bit lower. Yeah, just there.
That's the one. Perfect. And we are going to use this is we'll talk through this, but what I'll get you to do straight away is we're going to use this as a bit of our cut and paste notes as well for different things. So if you go down the bottom, you'll see there's a comment section, and I'll just get you to click in there.
All the way down the bottom.
Yeah, so this is what I was saying in terms of when Annette's shared some things with us. That's why it goes into Basecamp like that. So let's just go session notes, we'll call it. And often the first thing that we do, where we've got shared passwords, we kind of like to, we'll put that in there as the first thing. So I just put a little note there that's shared passwords underneath. So maybe right underneath shared password for it. It's the likes of Hootsuite, things along those lines, or Instagram and Twitter. So we'll use, we pretty much just use a variation of your project, right? So we'll go with a capital A, lowercase w, capital A. And then today's date backwards, which is 21/01/29. And we will go with, because the above the 9 is a backwards bracket. Do you want to use that? Let's use a shift and a backwards, or the first bracket. So shift and then that, yeah? And we'll use that as our that'll be our password today, right? So when we need to use for certain things. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to show you that's often it's good because then you won't have to be retyping it. It's, otherwise I'll be sort of saying to you. So yeah, so you won't need to send that, but I'm sure Hannah will remind me at the end of the setup session, I'll get you to add comment. And at the end of the planning session, I'll get you to do the same thing. So that basically any of the cut and paste, we'll do full write-ups of both the setup session and the planning session. But this information helps us complete all the information that we need for the write-ups. That's all. Okay, does that sound all right?
Yeah.
So I'll just get you to go back up to the top and just quickly walk you through this. I know I was sort of saying to Annette, we don't mean this checklist to look onerous. It's the idea is, and I know it can look a little bit onerous. The idea is this is just what we're going to work our way through today. So we've got into Basecamp, so that's good. I'm going to assume that you've probably seen our invoice. You guys are usually pretty good. Yeah, so I've sent that across, and then as I said, we put that little note. It's not to be overly concerned. The main things that we need that we have been received, and it looks fab. I love that the photo that you provided us of that awards, Annette. That was a great landscape photo. We have the square profile that we can use. So let's scroll down just that little bit more. And then, and so we're going to, I'm sure it will be easy enough. And I think you may have even provided some details, but in terms of getting into the different accounts that we need to get to and have access to. So that is fine. So the next thing down, Hannah, I might get you to do this, but, to right click and invite. So scrolling up, just scroll down a little bit further for us, Josh. So the next thing we'll do is we've opened Basecamp, so that's great. You've opened your website and you've got your Gmail open there as well. We'll share the Dropbox as well. So what is probably, so if you want to just right click on, probably the easiest way to do it is using your side of things, Hannah.
Yeah.
Do you want to just look at the particularly Annette, probably Josh's email, and then those other emails that we actually have. So in other words, Josh's Gmail, but probably those other ones, just so that everybody can access the Dropbox as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll provide the Dropbox link in there too, but we'll send you an email invite to the Dropbox. Do you guys use Dropbox in your business normally at all?
We do. And just to confuse things further, the Dropbox account is
Perfect. So what we
I'll
normally
include everyone, Steve.
I think, that'd be the best bet. So everybody that's listed now that's, been invited to the project. So we'll have Jeff with the Awards Australia one. We've got Annette with Awards Australia. We've got Josh with both Awards Australia as well as the Gmail address. So I think we use that too. Yeah.
And the Gmail. Yep. Okay. Yep. No worries.
Awesome. All right. And so basically, the first part of the session, as we know, is to set up and revise these 6 social media and search sites. So I won't dwell on that because that's what we're about to move to next. But in the afternoon, if we scroll down that little bit further, we'll be going through the planning session. So that's what that checklist sort of talks about. So we will be coming back to this Basecamp, regularly. As I said, just copying and pasting into that comment part below. So you might want to head all the way down to the bottom and just put your cursor back in there for now. I think that's probably the best bet. And Hannah, you maybe let us know once that Dropbox is. So maybe just make a note, Hannah, to share Dropbox.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, Hannah's sharing Dropbox, but also, and we'll actually share the link so that you actually can easily find that. What we ask is you don't need to, give us every video or photo that's ever been created. I think the idea is because I've got one client in Sydney who has an incredible, I think 9,000, and a lot of it is video, and that can max us out pretty well. Yeah, we just kind of keep it online as best we can. So best bet with that is usually we can get a lot of the imagery from the website, but it's just where we can't is just copying and pasting from your Dropbox into the shared Dropbox is probably the best bet, or wherever you've got them at the moment. So we'll make a note there, Dropbox access to be provided, so, and details. Yep. All right. So because we've got to the right of this now, Josh, we probably could grab the Whereby tab up the top and drag it all the way to the far left. So the Whereby tab up the top. It's at the moment it's about the 6th along. Yeah, that one. That one. There you go. Just drag that all the way to the far left for us. And you possibly don't need that Gmail account open anymore. Probably don't need that one either. Leave your Gmail, but just in case we're going to use it does up to you. We've got that one. We probably, is this your one, Josh?
That's a net, so I'll get mine back up.
Yeah, okay. No worries. We may or may not need it, but anyway, at least you'll be able to you're right. So we don't need that one. No, we can keep that one open. We've got that one. Perfect. Rightio. So, oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm quickly jump back in.
Yeah, no problems.
We need it.
Just in case, exactly.
All right. So what am I opening?
So yeah, and you can drag that Gmail probably just to the right of Whereby, just in case, as you said, you need it. Perfect. And we've got Awards Australia open now. Who's going to be our main LinkedIn? Are we going to do Annette or Josh?
Annette's got a bigger network and a good starting point. I'm starting to try and build mine.
Yeah, sure. So let's go. If we do open up on the plus, and we just need to get Annette, if she's not signed in for this computer, if we just do LinkedIn. And by the way, I mean, if you want to at the same time, if you've got your other laptops there, you could always have them open as well.
I'll just show you them.
You do your own password then?
Yeah, it's Annette Griffin at Live.
Oh, sorry.
Do you want to sign it in, Annette? Or?
Live.com.au.
Oh, yeah.
Annette Griffin, is it?
Yeah. Well, this will take I'm going to go back and look at those. I've got the document up on my. No, I've changed my passwords because I've got hacks. So
What we'll do today is make it that we'll leave this live one there, but we'll make it that your primary email is your Awards Australia email. Is probably the best bet, because you can actually add a number. It's fine. You can have multiple.
Associated with your LinkedIn account.
Yeah, for your LinkedIn personal, you can add multiple emails. It's just which one is your primary, and it doesn't matter which one you sign in with. So you just use the same. Yeah. So realistically, you should be able to sign in with any of your emails.
Yeah, cool. I didn't realise that.
What was that one?
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah. No, we'll look at that and. Good job, Annette. Awesome. So, what should we do next, Hannah?
Then we'll get up Facebook.
So just do Facebook page. Yep.
Apologies. There you go. That one's a bit better.
Awesome. Yeah. So is Office at, because you've got these multiple, where's the main Facebook page? Is that, oh, it's, this is it? It's got Awards Australia up the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're in it. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Awesome. And it looks like it's synced. That's great. All right, cool. All right. Next tab, I reckon, on the right-hand side.
Instagram.
Yeah, so Instagram is as you know, we have a lot of different accounts. We don't have an Awards Australia account. We have one for our podcast, which I guess is like a pseudo Awards Australia account. Otherwise, we've got the accounts for the various Young Achiever Awards programs.
Yeah. Which one's the one that's linked to the Facebook page at the moment? See,
Mountain to Awards Australia.
Isn't it? Okay. If you have a look on the Facebook page there, just click on that. Just go down, scroll down on the left-hand side for me.
On the left, yeah.
On the left, you're scrolling, just see settings. And just on the left-hand side again, just scroll down until you get to Instagram. There you go. Yeah, so that's what's linked to it at the moment.
What one is that one?
So that's our inspirational savings.
So Inspirational Australians, can I get you to open up for now, because I think it'll help us, can I get you to log into that one? If you've ever gone in there before, if you just use that username, Inspirational Australians, and then if you know what the password is, you can just use the username. So
Not letting me. No, but it's not letting me highlight it.
I know.
I'm trying to see as well.
oh yeah, sometimes it can be a bit fiddly. Just maybe refresh it and try again if it gets sticky like that.
All right, password maybe.
I don't know. I've given them a few, given them the Steve, so they don't.
Also,
Them.
Josh, I'm not sure if I've got it on my full screen, but I just can't quite see. Just make sure there's no space between Inspirational Australians, if that's what the actual name is of the.
No, I think it's got a dot, Steve.
Oh, there's a dot there,
right?
is it? Yeah, I couldn't see. Yeah, so okay, it's a dot. Cool. No worries. That's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Inspirational Australians was taken, but it wasn't active.
Oh, got you. So Inspirational.Australians. Okay, is good.
And that's just getting the password for us. Is there anything else you want me to open in the meantime while waiting?
Yeah, sure. Let's just open another tab on the right. And let me just go through the order. What have we got from Twitter? Do we have a Twitter account?
We don't have an Awards Australia Twitter.
And
we're not active on it currently.
Yeah, so we want to own that there. So let's go just open Twitter, just do Twitter, and we'll create an Awards Australia one then. Yep. And all we'll do, so we'll just do sign up and we'll leave it at that for now, and then we'll come back to it.
All right. Thanks. Yep. Right. The 4 pages password.
Well done.
That's exactly, to be honest, Annette, you've done pretty well so far. a lot of people, it takes 2 or 3 tries. So you're winning.
Don't worry.
Particularly, like you said, you've got clearly a number of, so it is getting the one that we want to use today. Just on the top right next to the love heart, just click on and go profile for us, because I'm not sure we picked up on this one in the there we go. Okay,
No, we
cool.
didn't.
Awesome. All right, that's great. So we've got Twitter ready to go now. Just on the plus on the right hand side, Josh, just open another one. I'll get you to do Google My Business now, but I'll just talk you through that. So it may be, do you usually, have you gone in? So if you click on the 9 dots, so who are we in at the moment? That A, what is that? That's
Annette.
Annette. Okay, well, we should be good here. So if you click on those 9 dots to the left of Annette, I'm hoping we're going to be okay. So
we've got an account, a Google account that we use for all sorts of Google forms and things like that we use for work purposes.
Yeah, so it must be. I can see that you've got the Awards Australia Proprietary Limited dot. That's the Google My Business that I'd want to just scroll down a little bit on that and see if there's. Okay, so I can't see it immediately. Just click on Annette, the A, I should say, on the right hand side. Yeah. Okay, so that's Annette Griffin at Gmail. Okay. Can I get you to? So this. There's a link. I'm going to get it for you and try and work out. So, Annette, have you been into your? I'm going to send you the link and I'll show you where it is. Right. So, so that way I'll put it into Whereby for you. Excuse me. Yeah. I remember copying and pasting into our text doc. So, Hannah, just so you you know that, I should be able to find it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll go to my emails. And
yeah, I'm going to send you in fact, the easiest and quickest way is probably just to get it again. Right, hang on. Actually, you know what? I'll get you to do it. It makes more sense. Yeah, let's go that way. Rather than me work. So yeah, go back on the where it's got new tab. I'll get you to go up to the top, new tab, and just write Awards Australia up in the search, Google search for us. At the moment, Google's sending us all messages. What's it going to be like? But without the .com, so we know how to get to the website. But I just want you to write Awards Australia and leave and put a space in between. Yeah, even if you write Proprietary Limited, there you go. Yeah, so yeah, and just go enter.
This one here, or just
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just go enter. It should bring it up. There you go. Now what I get you to do is see the red dot there. There's on the right hand side in the Google map. There's a little red dot.
yeah.
Right? So click on that red dot for me. And then see on the it's got direction, save, nearby, and got share. Can I get you to click on the share? Yep, because click on that side of things. Yeah, and now I'll get you to copy link. And just paste that link into Basecamp for us. So that's your Google My Business address. That's actually the one we suggest to people that they put on their website. So yeah, go back to the comments on Basecamp. So that's how people can review your business. That's how you can point them to the business, that sort of thing, right? But it's also, if you're the manager, it will tell you, oh, you manage this business, right? So, so the question for us is, so if you go back to that again, so on the top, the tab on the top right. In fact, go back. Go, on the top left. There's the arrow. Just go back a screen. So stay on this tab, but just go back a page. So that we get back to the search. Own this business. So I'll get you to click on Own this business. This already. So this is who's got it. AN. So it looks like Annette at.
yeah, I'm just going to my computer and I'll.
Yeah.
Probably your work address.
Yeah, it's my work address and I've the password also one
So what you could do is just click on request access, and you should actually then Annette should get an email, right? Oh, there you go. So they're going to go to that your Gmail. So that's interesting. Share your business. I know this is who you're trying to get it from. Listing owners and managers can see my public. So click on that. What level of access would you like? May as well have ownership. And what is your relationship? You're the owner. Your contact name, your phone number, you can put that in there. So what we want to have, Annette, so that it won't matter what you're going in as. So and same with everybody else. It really doesn't matter what email you sign in. You basically have it as either. But at least that should send you. And just go OK here now. But what we might want to do is just go OK. If you go to up the top right again now, and this time go sign in. Oh no, so that's but you want to sign in. So on the top, on the right hand side, where it's got A, yeah. I'm going to assume. Do you think, Annette, that it's actually Annette at is where that it's actually under at the moment?
I did it as a work, like a work name.
So maybe you could go with this. You go add another account and put Annette's work email details here. There you go. It's there already, right? So then go next. Okay. All right. You're now signed in. So now what we should be able to do. So just click on the A again up the top right because it's not signed. It's so now click on Annette Vow's the second one down. This is going to get it confusing quickly. Right. So in fact, so that it doesn't get confusing quickly, so find and manage. So what we'll do first is this is Annette Vowser, which is the main one. So yeah, click on that A again on the right hand side for me, and manage your Google. Actually, see notes before we do that. Yeah, sorry. Click on the A again. My bad. Yeah, see where it's got the little camera. I'll get you to click on the little camera where it says A, and I want to put Annette's LinkedIn photo there. Right, so that we know that we're in the right one. So maybe what we could do is go to Annette, click on Annette, and let's just click on there and right click save, maybe to the desktop or somewhere that you want to save it easily to find. We'll just call it Annette rather than see at the bottom it says file name. Just call it Annette LinkedIn. And as I said, maybe for now, if it's easier, downloads is probably good enough. And then we'll go back to Google. That one, yeah, click, and then we'll see how it's got select a photo, yep. And we'll go downloads. Yeah.
Just help us realize which one to use.
Yeah, and then just drag it out so we can sort of get full image there. Good. And then set profile. Right. So so at least then now we know that's the one we want to be in when because typically that's actually the one. So type your business name. See, it's got, so it should there you go, Awards Australia, and it's the proprietary limited. That's it there. Click on that. Actually, go back because did that were you able to click on the actual one? So you go Awards Australia.
No, I'll try to.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep. You already managed to continue, yeah. There you go. Now we're in. All right. So what we want to do here is I'll just get you to copy that URL up above, the business.google.com, and then paste that into Basecamp for us. Underneath, so that one there, leave that there, sorry, leave that one there, and then underneath it, so that's the map, the one above is your map, and then this is the actual, the business that we can see at this side, or we will be able to see once you add us. So in other words, you manage the business, but in front of that, maybe just after the Google My Business there, put in brackets map, And as I said, that's the one you want to share to public, and the one below is how you manage it. Yeah. Awesome. Just put that H in front of it, maybe. A little H. A little H there. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. It's more, yeah, so we'll know that, but I thought it's right. Okay. For now, that's all I'll do on the awards. So if you click back on the second from the right, I think is the Awards Australia one. Yeah. And what's the one on the right here now? Okay. We probably don't need that now, so get rid of that one. What I do is next to Annette here is did you guys have a YouTube channel, right? So I'll get you to open up YouTube. And how would you normally go into YouTube?
That is signed in with another address. She's making me realise just how many. I think that's Office.
Okay, so go. You know what you can do? So click on up the top. Oh, so you're in as a different person, you mean? Yes. Yeah, so, yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Great job. All right. So on this one, what I'll get you to do, top right-hand side, yeah, just click there and click on your channel. All right, great. And then copy that link up above, top right. And then just paste that into Basecamp for us. You put YouTube in front. We kind of know it's going to be YouTube, but just paste the link there. Yep. Good one. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to put, well, in fact, we may be putting more than Hannah and I on these. I think we're going to be putting other accounts onto this as well, so that you know that. So we'll all have to accept various sort of roles on these different accounts. But we'll start with the YouTube one, and if you click on that first, Awards Australia up the top, and on the click on your icon top right, and go settings, and go channel status. Scroll down a little bit on this.
Scroll options.
There's no scroll on that, so that's where you're at. Okay. Oh, we know it's the office at. Okay. All right. So click back. We'll just go back to your channel again on the top right hand side on the icon, and just go your channel. And go. Let's go customize channel. Sorry, under next to manage videos, it's got customized channel
on the right.
On the right hand side, just
down.
below the banner.
Oh yeah. Which one did you want? Sorry.
Yeah, customize. Yeah, just go that one. Okay, and then on the left hand side, scroll down. I actually see you got settings below on this one. So above send feedback, it's got settings. Okay, no, that's all right. So channel is okay. Try permissions. Click on permissions. Okay, owner. Here we go. Yeah, invite. Right. So you only have at the moment owner. So go invite. It has changed a little bit. So firstly, we want to have Annette at awardsaustralia.com.au. .com, sorry, my bad. And then select. You'll give that owner. Oh, does it say that? Oh, just maybe at this stage you have to give a manager then. Okay. And just go done. All right. Now, you guys all know clearly you have a shared arrangement, so you can get into awards and get into a net. Did you want to have any of your others on there? Josh, did you want to have it on your other Gmail?
Yeah, I usually do a bit.
Yeah, so maybe invite yourself on the other Gmail as a manager as well.
Would there be any benefit in adding my Award Australia as well?
You can, yep. So you just have to accept the invite on each of the different ones. So, yeah, it just means that you can then add and you can basically work on the adding videos and stuff like that. And it doesn't really matter then which one you signed in. It's more a convenience thing, right? Because you you don't have to swap in and out. So then I'll get you to add Hannah and myself. And so it's Hannah, HANH.
Do you want me to do it? HANNAHSTEFF.
I know this is
Hannah
Hannah at diffysocial.com.
Sorry, just Hannah at diffysocial.com.
Yeah.
.au.
So all I needed to do was get the Hannah part right. That's it. Access, so just manager as well. So I'm surprised it actually doesn't give the option so for you guys around ownership. So then the same with management as well. We don't need, so for us, basically, it's more of a concern if sometimes people, yep, that's perfect, that's done. And just manager is great, yep. And then let's all take a moment. So you go save now, and let's all take a moment to go to our, actually proceed, it's you, yep. I probably just want you to log in again. So what's this say? On behalf, okay, well, that looks like it's okay, yep. Doesn't look like it's asking. So let's just see if we've got emails now, particularly us, Hannah. We'll just double check that that's come through as an invite.
Yep.
What happens when you crazy password?
All right. Sorry, just bear with me.
Yeah, I think we're all testing. Yeah.
Now I'm getting it. There you go. Sorry, I'm just trying to get I'm having to revise my email so that I actually get the what I need to get. Take two. But you got yours, Hannah, so that's a good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I've accepted.
There you go. Now I've got that's it. Perfect. All right. So once we've all accepted, which is mine's just doing now, you'll get what will happen is to that office email, it'll then tell, okay, yeah, go to the channel. It'll now you'll get an email just to say that, Annette and Steve and Hannah can all manage the YouTube channel. Right, perfect. So now we're going to do exactly the same thing for the YouTube channel. Sorry, for the Google My Business. So if you want to go now to the Google My Business, which is the third from the right.
Yep. 1 second. All right. Yes.
Awesome. And then on the left-hand side under website, it's got users. And so we just click on the users, which are a little person on the left-hand side, scroll down. Yep, that's it. And so we'll go add users. And so you could type in fact, because this one is now being done as Annette's business. So what I would do is owner, yeah. So in actual fact, you would add Annette's the other one, Annette. What was the other? It was a Gmail account that you had that was also. Add that account to it. There you go. The bottom one you can click on. Yep. And then I'm not sure if you're going to put Jeff on there as well, but as owners, you can add more than one. So you've got a primary owner, so you're the primary owner using your work account, Annette. But yeah, so maybe let's hit invite on that one for now. And then go add users again, and then maybe add those other. So if you want to do yourself, Josh, in terms of what emails you're going to use and what role you assign yourself to.
Would you suggest owner or manager?
Well, as I said, even if you do as owner, because you do work with the company, you're not the primary owner. So basically, you can't remove a net anyway, if you want to do. So so you could do invite there, and you might want to also use your at Australia address detail. Yep. Cool. There you go.
And then you guys as well?
Yeah, we only need manager, so that's fine. So yes, Steve at.
And keeps redirecting my Awards Australia to this one, which is a link to
okay. That's weird. At Dify Social, yeah, that's me down below. You click, and then Hannah, you can do it at the same time. Hannah at. Yeah.
No,
yeah, either one's fine. It's still me. Yeah, that's right. It's nice that we get our faces there, and then we just go manager there and go invite, and we'll go looking in our emails again, and you can also look to see if you're able to add the other detail that you were looking to do too, if you want. But I'm going to go to my Gmail. Cool. So I can access that now. All right. So you can hit done on that when you are done. Welfare check. Jeff, are you still there?
No, I think he's on a
Oh, fair enough. Actually, I'm going to exit full screen. Then I would be able to see that. There you go. All right. So what we'll do now is just so you guys know, well, you can already see it, right? So this is where we look at each month just to sort of see how things are going. But just in case you haven't seen this before, so those insights, it's got 182 views, 157 searches, and 24 activity, right? So that's okay. It's probably, given you've not been doing anything necessarily on it, at least it tells you that over 100 people went looking for you last, or almost 200 people, to be honest, went looking for you last month in the last 28 days or so. And you can see your map views and that sort of stuff too. Yeah. So that's just your search. That's your search insights, not your website analytics. People often ask that question. So we'll come back to this and we'll do a few things that will help that. So, but the next thing we'll do is go to, so you have actually done some posts. That would be why. So there you go. All right. So then what's the next tab on the left? We probably can get rid of it maybe, is the get your business. On the left of the, so the next side, that one. Oh yeah, so get rid of that one. Let's set up Twitter. We're going to just do. Let's see if we can get Awards Australia, all one word. Actually, this one here is the name, so this one doesn't have to be one word. So in the moment, just do Awards Australia how you'd want to see it. So just Awards Australia, 2 words. Yep. Probably best to put it against somebody's mobile. So maybe your mobile, Annette. This doesn't have to be your birth date if you don't want to put it in there. It could be because of the Awards Australia has been going so long. Just make a note of what the date we put in here is, right? So put in a date that when you think that you use for maybe that you use Annette's birthday, but you actually do the year that Awards Australia started, for instance.
88, Jeff?
No, Awards Australia.
There you go. That's my late granddad's birthday and my best mate Rob Webber.
There you go. Yeah, one of my best mates. I was the day before. I can't remember his birthday.
So that's one. It's very rare that I would be able to remember what somebody's birthday is, but that one's easy. Let's go next.
And then Jeff's a month later. It makes it very easy for me to remember my parents' birthdays.
Oh, very good. So let's go next. Exactly. And then we'll go sign up.
All right, you going
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe make that little note in Basecamp for us, Josh, just so we don't forget. So just put the verification code in first, but then we'll just make the little note that the security, from a security perspective, it's just the start date we put down was 25th of September.
Yeah, good idea, Steve. I'll pop that in now. Check that.
Okay, so we're going to give a password. Remember, we've got that password in Basecamp, so we're going to copy and paste that password into here. Yeah, just that bit. Perfect.
Make a note.
And yeah, back to Twitter.
Password.
Yep, so we're going to paste that into there. Go next.
Yeah, I will.
Are we going to be updating all these passwords, or?
There's only 2 that you need to update because all the rest, realistically, we use as ourselves, right? So let's skip this for now. We'll go back to Twitter.
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, yeah.
Off myself.
Yep. Sure.
Oh, sorry, there.
It's going to be in that note.
Yeah.
All right. Pick a profile pic.
So, have you got the logo on here? So the square one that you use, I think we use just the one that you had on Facebook, but
How to access it? Is it under N?
probably one of those ones. There you go.
What's the difference?
Yeah, I think we wanted to use them. Well, we can change it later. We wanted to use one that it's probably together very different. So I reckon go back.
What you could do is go to your Facebook page and just right click Save As if that's the one you want to use, and do that like we did for Annette's. So yeah, just go. So that one there, which is basically the logo and the icons. So that's a good one. So yes, just right click Save As to the maybe where you want to have it saved. Into downloads for now might be easiest. Just call it AA logo. Yeah, and we'll pop that into Twitter. And apply.
There you go.
Yeah. And we'll skip for this for now. We'll come back and do all of this.
No, pretty.
Fun and flirty.
Right.
I'm sure we have a good idea of what it's going to be. In fact, we probably could do this now, right? So straight away, your call to action sort of is. Let me go for so. If you click on the website for me, and rather than me look at the website on my screen, I'm going to get you to look at the website on your seat, right? Right. So I'll get you to go to about, yep, and uh, so that specialising in awards recognition programs on a state and national level. So you could maybe copy everything from there, I reckon. Yeah. So just that section for now, just to paste that in, and then we'll work around that, and let's see how we go. Twitter gives us a little bit extra, so so yeah, paste that in, right? So specialising in national. So how close? We could probably use the ampersand and instead of the and. See how we've got a number of ands in there, and that might enable us to finish, fit everything in there.
Well, it's cut off here and established.
Oh, okay.
I reckon just outcomes. And good, short, sweet.
Okay, yeah. Let's see how much space we finish up getting. If we do just make them ampersands ands, see if, because what we could use is at the end we could say together we make a difference. Awards recognition programs on a state and to achieve win-win in the community to achieve it. So see if together we make a difference. See what happens there. Oh, it's
so close.
ever so close.
Okay, so you get rid of the word, clients and community, so you get rid of the.
Just going to make it even more tantalising.
Or it could be like we make a difference.
No, together we make a difference. Has to be like we're going to do the.
Yeah. So specialising
okay.
in awards recognition programs on a state and national level.
Well, you got rid of. You would get it now.
Yeah, now
That
it would
would
be
fit.
fine. Yeah.
State national would be that one.
That's right.
Specialising in award recognition programs.
It is.
Yeah, in actual fact, the slight, yeah. And then what we could actually do, just because we love emojis here, so maybe instead of having a full stop, we could, firstly, we could have maybe clap hands. I don't know, either something along those lines, and maybe there is like a premiership cup. I don't know, or there is also a medal. So you could either use a premiership cup or a medal.
Mm.
What's the emojis site? The main one, I think. If you go emoticons, I think, the emoji copy and paste. Yeah.
I've actually got saved on my own computer, please, all the time as well.
Yeah, it's funny because it's one of the it's all the marketers have got me into this is the best way to find them all. So, so often what happens is so we'll put the clap in and let's do the
medal or something.
First, trophy or medal.
Medal, you reckon?
What do you? Well, I think most people are probably more likely to get something around there.
Yeah, I think a medal.
Yeah, maybe better than a sports medal. That looks good. That's almost on brand. Yeah. Yeah, and now copy all of that and then paste it into Basecamp for us as well. So, yeah, perfect. And then, so we will use that. In actual fact, Twitter gives us a little bit more space than the others in the short. So Instagram, we're going to actually have to probably skinny it down a little bit more. Maybe we'll just take out together we make a difference, but we'll see how we go. Let's go here and let's go next. And just go skip for now on this one too. And just go, let's go next for now. And we can allow notifications, although you might finish up wanting to turn a few of them off. let's finish this off. So let's now on the see how it's got. Let's go profile first. I think actually, yeah, click on profile, then go edit profile for me. And what we'll do is just add the cover image that Annette gave us. So I don't know if you've got that or where this is on this laptop. What you can do is you could always save it off Basecamp if you want to. So what maybe you see how if you click on that, so maybe open it up first. Left click on it, make it bigger, and then maybe just go download this image. That's probably the easiest way, and then just close it. And that'll go into your downloads anyway, right? So, yep. So let's just close that on the right-hand side now.
Yeah, we're updating it. I'll just make a note of update the photo.
How do you close this?
Oh yeah, on the right-hand side, that one there, yeah. And then you should still be down below. You should still be able to see your comments and stuff. Okay, now click on that photo.
Change it all.
Okay, and then I know you can rename it while you're actually in the middle of actually putting it in there. That's the only thing. But see, there you go. Just drag that up and down. Twitter's a little bit skinnier than more, but this is a good flexible image. I like it. Apply.
Yeah, it's a great image.
Go here, do you want me to go here? What's better?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's got a logo in there that we need to remove.
We don't like these guys, they went under.
I think I personally think it's probably better to bring it so we get a bit more people. You can see your logo on the right-hand side, so I just think no one else is going to really look at too intently around spots. It just makes it look really professional, I think. So, I think more people, so people can see themselves in it. Yep, and apply.
Cool.
And then location will do. You'd probably you might put Melbourne only on the basis, but you might just write Australia as the other thing, given you've got the different states. So let's just do Australia. Your website, probably copy and paste your homepage. It's always better, I think, even though it might be weird, but just copy, just because you get that HTTPS or usually, so it just means it looks good no matter what. So I always err on the side of caution. Yep, cool. And that's that for now. Just go save. Cool. And then what we'll do is underneath profile, it's got more on the left-hand side. And we're just going to go, firstly, we might as well hit analytics. And just turn analytics on. In actual fact, I'll just get you to close that one again. So this one you've just turned on, you don't need that now. So you close that because we need to update the name by the looks too. So just go more again on there, and then go settings and privacy, and then go account information on the right-hand side. On the right, yeah. And we're going to copy and paste that password that we know we've got. So that's it. Just each time you do anything in account settings, it asks for the password. So, yep, confirm. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is add a email. Can I get you to add Annette's email into here as well? So, or if you want to add Annette's, or do you want to use the Office? Which one do you usually use for things? And which one's accessible on your laptop now, probably as well, because it'll probably ask for verification. It actually wouldn't matter if you use, as I said, it doesn't worry us. And it's only really for us, but you need to add an email for greater sort of security so you don't lose things. That's all. Should be able to paste again. Yep. Oh, there you go.
So we'll use that's signed in at the moment anyway.
Yeah. And that's going to send you just a number like before, Annette.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, 845.
Oh, here we go. 845.
334.
Verify there. Cool. So that's our email at it. That's great. You might just want it. Doesn't for us the way we look at it, we generally use the username to sign in. So let's make sure the username is what it should be, which is not Awards Australia 1. Let's go more down underneath profile again. And we'll just go settings and privacy again, and account information again. Yeah. And yeah, a username. So let's go there. So Awards Australia, what happens if we try and put the A in there? Okay, what's that? Because of why? Please choose another. It's taken. That's weird. So you know what you could do? What would actually look pretty good? So does that mean you guys already have this one?
No,
No, it's not us.
Oh, there's somebody else. Got you. Right.
So in 2011, 0 following, 3 followers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just holding it so it's taken.
Okay.
Oh, South Africa. Oh, no, that's it.
Very weird. All right, so let's close that. Someone, so we don't. Yeah.
Sorry, getting sidetracked.
Yeah, close that one. So let's go. What about if we replaced the I with a 1?
You don't recommend like trying a dot or something?
I just think because it doesn't matter how people search you, they'll be able to search you both in your name and they'll be able to search it. So just so that we can have it, I actually think that is a little bit clever, but it's up to you. I think that's a better way than doing it than having the people understand that that's what that stands for, right? So yeah, unless because we're limited on how much we can use. So I think it's limited to 15 characters. Because otherwise, what I'd say to you is go Awards Australia .com.au maybe. But reality is it's two. It's yeah. So yeah.
Well, they're giving that suggestion, so maybe that one's taken.
No, I think so. I think you'd be able to save that Awards Australia. I don't think anybody else is that clever as us. As I said, I think that's a good way to go for now. If we think of it's not doesn't have to be forever, but it's just so that's saved. Let's go back to your profile on the left-hand side underneath lists. Yeah, and let's copy that link up the top right, or top left. My bad. Sorry, top left. That's your URL that you'd put on the website, and we'll put that into Basecamp. Yep, underneath. Yep, perfect. And there we go. And now we're going to go. So that's our Twitter. The good thing there, we've got a bit of our short about done now too. So good. Go to Instagram then next. And we'll just go edit profile here. So have you been posting to this one a bit or no?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. So is there any problem with us calling this Awards Australia?
I think given how little.
What I would suggest to you is you keep the username Inspirational Australians, but you actually call the profile Awards Australia, and you put the logo up for Awards Australia.
So the name changes?
Just change the name to Awards Australia. And then everything else will probably stay the same. So you'd want to add your phone number in here. This is private anyway, just so you know. This is below the line stuff. So just for security, really, Annette. Yeah. Yeah. And because we're probably doing that at the same time as changing the name, it may not like this, but let's see how we go. Let's just go submit. Good.
Great.
So that's been done. So now if you go on the top right next to the love heart and go to your profile picture, just go profile. Just my suggestion to you would say go edit profile. And I would change the profile picture to actually Awards Australia logo.
Good. I hate that photo anyway.
Okay,
Not wrong.
that's good to know. And then I reckon this bio information, let's update it to what we put on Twitter. Let's see how much we can fit in there. So if you go to Basecamp, just go copy. Yep. Sorry, get rid of the Twitter description. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Let's see how much of this will fit in. What the thing about this one, it won't. So just go copy. So go over the top and just go paste. Specializing in awards for now, so we can save it. What I'll get you to do is get rid of the "Together we make a difference" because I know it is long, and then let's see if we can type that in second, right? So let's save this first without that. Yeah, and then let's see if we can add it in. Yeah, what we could do, Josh, is actually put "Together we make a difference" behind. So let's type that in and let's see if that fits. Yeah.
Cap or no cap on together?
Yeah, the "together" is a new sentence. So yeah, in fact, I guess the thing is that let's see if that saves, and let's see. Then we'll edit. See if we need to edit.
Yeah, that's worked.
That's worked. Okay, so if that saves, then why don't we make it consistent and just put a full stop after "and outcomes," and then just make it so that "together we make a difference." It probably looks better when it's got the emojis at the end, I think. Just make sure there's no extra spaces behind the medal. Yeah. Let's see if this saves now. Yay!
Right.
Awesome. That's great. All right. So let's go back to the top right next to the love heart and click on profile again. And just click on profile. And let's copy that URL. We already know that's the same URL as you had. And then let's just paste that into Basecamp. So we didn't change the URL there for Instagram. Awesome. And then let's go. What I'll get you to do, though, we will update the password on it. So if we go on the top right and go settings and change password. So it'll remember, it should remember your old password. Yeah, so that one there, click on that. And then just copy and paste our new password. Just change that. Cool, so that's done. So then just go top right again with our profile, click on that, and we'll leave that open for now as is. So again, though, there's good consistency, specializing in it. Perfect. All right, so let's go now to Facebook, the Facebook page on the left-hand side. Yeah. And, oh, Jeff Griffin. This can't be yours. That's not it. That's Jeff Griffin.
I click on the home.
Oh, yeah. Let's go there.
Can we go to Awards Australia?
Yeah.
Awards Australia, that's the one. Yeah. And let's, whilst we will come back, it's too tempting. Can I get you to, let's go edit Awards Australia up the top.
Yeah.
The image, yeah. And let's put our new image of real people, the one you've got in your downloads, I think. So you do it as, you just do it as an upload. Yep, upload photo.
What do you think about it?
It's right, like,
There's a password. Yeah.
password, yeah, hold it up. The photo wants to hack it.
And then Twitter to the side.
There we go. Just drag that down a little bit so that we can get people's, and make sure your logo's still there. And then I think somewhere it probably says save. Maybe top, if you scroll up a little, there you go. Now that,
Okay, I didn't.
yeah, so
I can reposition.
yeah,
What do you reckon?
I think more people, less. So actually, it probably doesn't hurt to have that little bit at the top where you get channel 7. but just as so that Channel 7 is at least visible on one of. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't need to be two. But I wouldn't make it so that people sort of start to feel like they're trying to claw their way up the screen. That's all. Yeah, that's it. I think that's good. Yeah. Awesome. Now that will have just, if you refresh this page now, that will have created a post. So what we're going to do is behind that post is we're going to put that information that we just did as your short about. So if you scroll down a little bit, so now see how the three dots where it's got updated their cover photo. Click on that three dots and go
edit post.
Edit post. Yeah.
And grab that description.
Yeah, and then I'll get you to copy and paste. Yeah. But the difference we're going to do here is so copy all of that. That's our first paragraph. Or first sentence, paragraph, yep. Paste that there, yep. And so then I'll get you to go back to your website and see, generally speaking, if you go click on your contact for me on the right-hand side. Okay, so there's no real sort of lead information, but basically maybe what we could just write is to find out more. All right, so if we go back to the so I think this next sentence is really important because I want it to be something along the lines of, I'm going to go actually to our proposal to you, right? Because although you already sort of say it here, right? So I think so. Let's go enter, Josh. In other words, bring it. Yeah, that's it. And I guess here it's kind of what do we want people to do? It's going to be a really important part for all of our posts in the future. It's going to always be along the lines of to find out more, to apply, to whatever the wording is. But maybe the main thing is it's going to be so you've got the main thing around partner with us, to partner with us or join our program or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yep. So what would you normally what would you lead in?
It does depend a little bit on the prospective client, but basically our best client is someone who already has an interest in being part of something more than just a marketing program. So they want to really connect their company to the community. So it's along those lines as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So maybe we've got the two main types of people though that you're wanting that are going to be reading this message, right? So any of your communications are kind of so you've got I'm just looking at your scrolling website, right? So you basically so one of it might be to partner with us.
Uh-huh.
To partner with us. And or what's the wording around here? Or is it to nominate?
Yeah.
And or to nominate for our current awards programs. Visit. And then you would just copy your website homepage, I think would be the best bet.
Not contact Annette. And you know how we normally do contact and the website, Steve?
Yeah, no. In this case, this is the brand page, and because if you Josh goes back to the website, you'll see that it's not really like that. You've got all the different states. You've got all the different state contacts.
Yeah.
So basically, visit the website, and so click on contact again there, and so basically, or telephone. No, maybe what you could say, or
call.
So, well, you've got or call, but you've got also email, right? So you've got. Is there a main sort of phone? Actually, is there that 1-300 number goes? Is that the same for if you got a main 1-300 number or no?
No, they're all different.
Is there an overriding sort of national phone and email? If you,
They're-
It's kind of default just because we're based in Victoria.
yeah, so maybe you would say you would say visit, phone, or email, and use the sort of the most prominent one that you're generally going to use, right? So the only problem is you probably don't want to use Vic. You've got Office at, right? So you could use Office at, or is that one that really only you guys use?
But should you get notification? Yeah.
We need to.
What you could say is, or contact your local Awards Australia office via phone or email, right? So, and they can, they'll be able to refer to that. Or contact your local Awards Australia office. In fact, probably for you, state would be a better word than local. Contact your state Awards Australia office. And it's probably a capital S. Your state Awards Australia office via phone or email.
If we have a phone number for to partner with us first, to partner with us, call because it's not a click and you're running slight risk of losing someone.
So you're quite right, Jeff. Yeah. So again, we always sort of my preference for you would to be at least put in. So what you could do is realistically, you guys are the national office, right? All right. So what you could say is contact the national office by this or your state. So maybe So in this case, So people were going to do whatever's easiest, right? We're lazy. So if I'm used to picking up the phone and I just want to pick up the phone, you're not giving me the phone number here. So our preference would always be to have a phone number there, and also to have an email there if that's what their preference is as well. But the reality is that the contact details, you've got a lot, right? And they're all listed on the. So what you could say or email as listed, and you could put the contact address link on the website.
Yeah, I mean, if you need a phone number, then bring my phone number.
There's two different numbers, one for the partners and one for nominations. Does that get too messy?
Yeah, it's probably, well, the first thing is, I think this one needs to be a kind of good, so often if we're posting one that's specific to New South Wales, well, clearly we would use the specific New South Wales details, right? But I think we need to be clear is that, so you probably need to give them, I think the best return on this sort of post is actually to give them what number you'd rather them call you. I'm assuming if they actually, which one gets the most calls?
One of the state ones.
So you're the Victoria State one, right?
Yeah, any of these, just depends on what program we've got running at the time that would get most calls.
Yeah.
I reckon just put a 1-300 on there, and if they, usually they answer it. Young Achiever Awards, whatever.
Would you put a mobile number or is it preferable?
No, mobile just make you look smaller than you are. So I think when you've got 1-300 and landlines and you've been around for a long time, you want to use something that's going to make you look bigger, not smaller. So I'm assuming that probably forwards to a mobile anyway, does it?
It did, not anymore.
Okay.
It did during COVID, but during the
As long as it leaves a voice message or whatever, so long as there's some way of,
I don't think there's really harm in this one, in my personal opinion.
We could use info at.
So then what you basically contact your state awards office via phone, and then you could put 1300.
Then we don't want to say.
I'll just say, or should I just say, or call us on.
Or contact us by phone. Ooh, what happened there?
I don't know. I can't go back.
Maybe just close it.
I might have to do it again. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I pressed.
Thank you.
Right. I know roughly what it was. It was to partner with us and or nominate. We're keeping.
What you could say, because there actually is, and to nominate to our state award programs, because they're all state related, right? Maybe what you'd say is visit, phone, or email, and then give a generic email. But that one doesn't, and the generic email, it probably, as Hannah was sort of saying, that doesn't hurt if that's Annette at, or if it's Josh at, or if it's something that that you want to have. But clearly, you've got all the different states, and I think you have different representatives depending on states and stuff too, right?
Yeah, we've got an info
Yeah.
at email that comes through to me.
And so maybe we need to have a little check off that.
Yes.
Make sure.
So maybe just put a little comma after the website detail.
Comment here.
Yep. And then at the end of that, because we like our emojis, and this time you could just use the emojis at the end, you could actually do a space. And then, the emoji you could use is the internet symbol, so the globe, and a mobile phone. So scroll down. And so I think it's actually where the globes are from memory. As in not the, well, it may be this far. There it is actually. Is that a little bit below? Is that on the right below yet? Scroll down a little bit further. Oh, no,
I think it's near all the weather and stuff.
I think it's near place, isn't it?
So
maybe just scroll from the top and we'll see it.
There
Yeah,
it is
is it
there.
there? Is it there? Up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
There's globes. Which one? No.
The Australia one that I think
they're the globes, but there's actually the internet globe, which is actually so it's all the different ones. Scroll down a little bit further. This is exceptional emoji finding. So scroll down a little bit further. It may be into symbols, but
I like it when you can search it. What's that?
Yes. You know what? Because you've still got have you still got the emoji site open?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, go to emoji and just go internet.
Go on.
Yep, that's it. Globe with meridians.
I love meridian.
Yeah. And then the other one, maybe since you've got that as well, because it does look different on different sides, just do the mobile, as in mobile phone. Most people look at things on their phone nowadays, so that's the one. And it does give a slightly different emoji depending on what platform we're on. And then underneath, let's give you some hashtags as well underneath. And then we can
do two spaces. Yeah.
Yeah. So do your hashtag Awards Australia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have some hashtags already that you want to use? We're only going to use 3. You know that, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anything more, you actually start to knock your algorithm. You actually get less people seeing it.
Mm.
Good.
Yeah, social media. All right, and tell us how to use one switch.
So
Johnson.
yeah, well, actually, one of the ones you might want to use is what's the username for your for Instagram? Is it Inspirational Australians?
Yeah, I like that one as well.
Yeah, I think hashtag Inspirational Australians.
Johnson looks quickly. Can't actually see the one.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not reading.
Right,
Get rid of the mic.
No, just get yeah. Is that actually an L or is it a line? There you go. Inspirational Australians. It's okay. So there's not a stack of them, right? So click. Um, uh,
Hashtags that don't have any
so
followers.
the other thing what you could do is actual fact, because they would actually be much higher. What you could actually is separate them. You could have inspirational, and then you could have hashtag Australians, because they will actually have some people. That'll give you numbers, right? So Australians and inspiration is clearly going to be a lot higher, even though Australians isn't even that especially higher. But anyway, but it means now compared to spending $1 on things, just so you know. And realistically, as I said, as soon as you put hashtags became flavor in terms of from an Instagram strategy to get as many people that might be trolling and automatically connecting and potentially nowadays spamming.
It looks spammy, yeah.
Using that, right? Once Facebook bought it, and particularly with older people looking at things that young people were writing hashtag love my life and I mean older people just look at that and go, what the hell, what is all that stuff, right? So we got to know that we got two different audiences, and so putting it into posts, and particularly Facebook posts, and having too much, there's two problems. It's the problem that with Facebook itself is it doesn't like it because it knows what people are trying to do, and secondly, the reader doesn't like it because it's a bit like, well, this is a bit tossy. You know what I mean? It's so basically three's about right. We could probably you could probably have four at a stretch. Because the other thing I wonder for you guys is it's kind of it's the partnership side of things, right? So so maybe partnership could be the other wording that you might or yeah consider, right? But we'll let's look at that a little bit later. So, or maybe community awards is the obvious other one, right? So, yeah. So maybe no. So we've got Awards Australia. So LinkedIn's only going to let us do 3. So Awards Australia, Inspirational Australians. I might go back to my original thought process, and even though it's not many people, but let's put Inspirational Australians as one hashtag. And then do another hashtag that's basically achievement awards. Well, maybe just achievement awards. Yeah. I know. So whilst there's not so many people on it, it means you own it, if that makes sense, right? You then own those hashtags realistically is what we're trying to do here. Whereas things like inspirational, well, you're never going to own inspirational, right? But you can own certain other ones that you're pretty much known for, right? So there we go. Awesome. Yep. So now let's copy all of that and paste that in. There's a bit of hard work gone in there, but it's going to save us time later on. So let's paste that all down the bottom. You don't need to say where it is because we're going to use it for other things probably as well. So, yep. So then let's go back to Facebook and let's go save. And let's do what I meant to do to start with. Oh, yeah. No, just close that. Yeah, publish without tag. Ooh, query. There we go. It's all in there. It's all good.
That's great.
Right. So on the left-hand side now, let's go down to settings. And let's go page roles here underneath Facebook badges on the left-hand side. Sorry, on the left-hand setting, there's page roles. And then, right, so you've got the business manager. It's Jeff. That's kind of unusual, but let's go scroll down a little bit. Who else, is anybody else on this? So we got Jeff and we got an admin Jeff. So no one else really, because everybody just signs in as Jeff. Is that right?
Yeah.
So let's scroll up and let's add yourselves. Realistically, Annette, I would be adding yourself on as well. Annette, I'm assuming you're already friends with Jeff. Annette.
I'm doing your real profile.
Yeah.
That's my personal.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it is. But all that, I know. Just go make her Annette an admin. It's up to you whether you decide you want to assign. You want to let people know that you're associated. I would, if I was you, I'd be basically saying that you're the owner manager of this particular business, right? So, just go. Yep.
Yeah, it's got one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you? So hang on, Steve. Can you just explain to Annette where is this visible? That's concerned.
Like, who's going to see me?
So so basically, whether it's a LinkedIn company, a Google My Business, a YouTube channel, or a Facebook page, they're all run and adminned and owned by real people. You can't set them up otherwise. So as far as Facebook's concerned at the moment, the only person that's got a bit of an association, you can't just set it up as the business profile, right? In the past, people tried to do it, and ultimately it just didn't work for them. So realistically, the visibility on this is up to you, right? So then you can either assign the fact that you're the owner manager of this business, but just because you're posting about breakfast or movies or whatever on your personal profile, that has nothing to do with this page, right? All it basically does is it gives you administration and ownership of this page, right? And just so you understand, Annette, most small businesses particularly can't get their heads around the difference between LinkedIn and what should be done as a LinkedIn and what should be being done as Facebook. So most people use their Facebook as a combination of what should be done as LinkedIn and what should be done. So again, how you choose to use it is up to you, but realistically, it doesn't make your private personal profile any more public. You just happen to be able to manage this page. That's all. Yeah. So, so if you add that, you will get an invite in your notifications on Facebook, Annette. Then I'll get you to do the same for. The only thing is, before you do it, we might want to make sure that Jeff Griffin and Steve and Hannah are connected. So we probably need to. Maybe the easiest way to do that is for Jeff to try and find us. So on the search Facebook on the left-hand side, well, in fact, first of all, what you can do, Josh, is I'd suggest that you put yourself on this as well. Up the top. So scroll up the top. I think, Hannah, just so you know, as soon as there's a business profile, which you guys have, there's a higher degree of complexity, right? So we're actually going to have to put us all on the probably on, particularly when it comes to advertising, we're all going to have to be associated with the business as well. So, but we'll put ourselves in here in the first place so that we can manage the page, and then we'll look at the next part after that. Yeah. Are you coming up or no?
It doesn't look like it.
You might. You might need to do the. Oh, yeah. Is that it? Okay. Give yourself an admin role on it, and add. And then my name is is Stephen, and then a space G Hubbard. That fella there. Yep.
There he is.
That's interesting. Yeah. So if we got admin up the top, yep, and add, and then Hannah, while I'm going to see if I can find the
Yeah, so
notification.
HANNAH and then do JAYNE. And I'm wondering, yeah, there we go. That's me. Perfect.
That's done that. Sorry.
Right, great.
Is that everyone now?
Believe so.
Yeah. Perfect. Annette, do you want to be on it?
Yeah,
Net, you just need to go on your.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yep.
On your phone, you'll get the notification for the invite. You can probably do it on your phone if you want to. Yep. Once everybody's done that, then we'll just refresh this page and you'll see that we're all got that access.
Oh, it's a different place.
Facebook, yeah. That's come through.
Oh, I'm not signed into Facebook. Trying to do.
So where's the tab? Oh, cool, done. Sorry.
That's all good. Cool. And once Annette's good to go as well, you could always go refresh this page and you'll be able to see the people have now got that access. Yep. Yep. So Annette's come, and then we'll come as well. So now, still in settings, let's go on the left-hand side, scroll down a little bit further, and let's just integrate the two. So click on Instagram. And what we should have here, just see how it's got business contact information. Just go sync information on down below. Yeah. Yeah, just go save and close and save and continue. You'd want to, looks like the Facebook's the one you're going to need to use just because, oh no, they're both the same. It's just got a 3, hasn't it? So probably the Facebook is the.
What's the sign?
What was the 16381? So go back and use the other one.
Yeah, so.
That's the water storage there, isn't it?
Okay.
But it's just a bit ugly. Well, if I sync it here, it'll be easy to update, I think.
Okay. All right. So I think that's all we need to do on Facebook for now. So I'll get you to get back to where we all started, and we'll go to LinkedIn.
All right, Annette, can you take over for a second?
Yeah, actually,
Break.
yeah. I'll let Annette can take over. I'm going to take it. I don't know if anybody else needs a comfort break, but I'm going to take a quick comfort myself. So is that okay? We'll do a stretch, comfort, and coffee if you need another one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Usually.
YouTube, wasn't it?
Oh, it gets changed, put it on pause.
could do some LinkedIn while I'm there.
Hannah, have you got hello? I hope you heard this right. Just if you've not got it already, but maybe I'm sure you do because I know you will. But just make sure you've kind of got the same mirror on at your end.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so just
I've already got all the offices always up.
yeah, perfect. Because what we'll also do is we'll just check. We might even do a test post at the end, just to at the end
On
of this
Facebook.
little setup session. No, using Hootsuite, and we'll do a test post to make sure that it works and goes supposed to go.
I've got all that up.
So we'll get them to set it up at their end, but then we might do a test from your end. Yep.
Yeah, no worries.
Good.
I've just got our updated social media image from our designer because we were swapping out one logo with another one to be strategic.
What was it? What was that, Annette? Sorry.
I said we've got a new social media image. One of the
Oh, for yourself?
No, for the Award Australia Facebook. One of the logos there, the company went bankrupt and we didn't get our money.
Okay.
We've taken them out and photoshopped in another national sponsor.
Okay, so we're going to update the cover.
Yeah, I've written it down, but update.
Okay.
Twitter and Facebook.
Did you want to take control of your LinkedIn profile here, Annette, by any chance?
What are we doing?
So, so we're going to basically make your profile all-star is what we're going to do. So we're going to change your profile strength here. So do you have a secondary image that you could use as your cover? So, it may well be still another Awards Australia related image that's from the website that we could use, or you can use the same one, but you're just saying you're going to update that again too.
I've got saved to the service, so I can use
I imagine you've got thousands, right? So, or at least hundreds. I
use the new one with the design
Okay. So, have you got the controls at the moment on this one, or no?
I have.
Yeah. So that little pencil there, yeah, perfect. So we just go change photo. Yep. If you've got a landscape one, it'd be good. Yep. Awesome. So we could just go apply. Is that the one that's the different one now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
The time's too low.
Awesome. Well, did you want to just do that then for the other two sites as well?
Yeah, I would.
While we're there, do you so if you go to actually, in fact, we're going to go back and George. We'll do that later. Let's do you first while we've got you on this one. Yep. So let's do the little pencil then underneath the cover photo.
It's still got trading. Yeah. The trading, and it doesn't know.
Okay, so firstly,
the little pencil on the right hand side underneath the cover on the right hand side. Yeah, that's that one there. Yep. And COO at awards. So you've got about 160 characters you can use here. So I would go COO at.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what follows. Okay.
Oh, you could do at as
AT.
in AT. Yeah. At Awards Australia.
I get what you mean, Josh.
And for consistency, I would just say, oh yeah, partnerships with a difference. I think what you could use is you could use the actual tagline itself, and you could say together we make a difference. And then you've got the little goalpost stick, and you've got podcast producer. But in front of podcast producer, I would then start. You could put another stick in front of podcast producer. So we'll leave that there. So click there, yeah. But yeah, but I won't. I think
we're going to put something before podcast producer.
Yeah, so we're going to write Young Achiever Awards.
I just think.
Yeah. And maybe comma.
Not letting me go any further.
I think you need to click back in between. I think it's lost the.
Yeah,
there
we go.
Perfect.
Comma. Regional achievement and community awards. Then maybe a space and another stick, which is the one above the backslash.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then events management or event management services.
I'm putting a lot of trust in you here because
Then space.
My understanding was that we needed to have less here and not more, but
yeah, sometimes there's bad people giving bad advice, or maybe it's good people giving bad advice. This is your online sort of business card. Yeah. So what's the name of the podcast?
Inspirational Australians.
Yeah. So call it Inspirational Australians Podcast Producer. And often social media people aren't marketers.
So whoever searches you, Annette, this will be what they see. So it's almost, important to have, all the important information about you. As Steve said, it's your business card.
Yeah.
So that's why we put more there.
Yeah. So 80 to 90% of the time, this is all they will ever see. So they won't look at anything else. So yeah, I think that's so now probably just so because you've got or you're possibly maybe you are still I reckon that you've already got Awards Australia in there. I reckon Inspirational Australians podcast producer is probably enough there. What you could do is because you've got room is use the same two emojis that that we've used on the actual company as well. Where you've got a clap and a clap and the ribbon. So if you go Basecamp is the third one to the left on the left hand side. Sorry, top left, and see those two emojis. Yeah, whether it'll let you copy and paste from here, we'll soon find out. Let's go see how we go, and then just go paste. Perfect. And now copy that whole thing and paste the whole lot back into because others in the team might want to have their version of this as well, right? So just underneath all this part, just go paste. Awesome. So back to LinkedIn again. And because we've done that, let's just go save with that for now. Great. How do you find you're using the gold badge? So that whatever the LinkedIn, what do we call that?
The paid, it's paid one.
So you're, I don't know what it costs. It's about $300 a year or something. Is that what it is? Do you know? Do you use it?
Really?
By the end of today, you might decide whether you need to be paying that, because I think we're going to give you a few little things that we suggest people do. I grab the gold badge when they offer it for me for free for a month, and then I get rid of it again. So if it's for free, I'll take it. But if it's not for free, I don't have it. Right. But some people like it because it's sort of they like having a gold badge that sort of makes them look a little bit more professional. But as I said, if you feel like you might want to have a lunch on LinkedIn each month, then do that too instead of paying for it. Yep. So the next one down. So what we'll do next. So that looks great. I mean, all of a sudden now that is a lot of stuff on there for you. So what Hannah's point was a really good one, right? So when now I go into my connections, or even if I just go in search and I look for who do I know who's a podcast producer, who do I know who's got anything to do with awards and events, all of a sudden you start to come up, right? So when you search for people, it's actually interesting what people come up, and often it's because of what they've got in their title, right? That's the main part where they're going to be able to find and search you, right? And I can say, and I'm pretty sure, Hannah, you'd be the same. I don't know anybody else that runs awards. So realistically, you should be pretty strong in your field, it's fair to say, and your team. So the next thing is just go contact info underneath where it's got.
No, I haven't got.
What about the one that Paul took?
Yeah, so I had a rating saying that I didn't look.
In that one?
Yeah, didn't look trustworthy.
Oh. Okay.
What do you mean? So I do need to do another photo.
Yes, all right. Apologies, mate. What did you say to go? Contact?
Yeah, it's all right. It's unusual. It's more like my mum telling me what photo I should have on things than me telling my mum, I must admit. So that's good luck to you there. Contact info down there next to 500 plus connections. You've got contact info. Yeah, click on that one. Oh, and you've already done yours, so good on you. But click on the little pencil on the right-hand side, and congratulations. It's nice that you've got Annette Vorza Griffin and you own it. You probably don't need to have the little dashes there, but I think it looks good. Often what we do is, and I celebrate when I get to get rid of all the numbers after people's names, but in your case, you've already tidied yours up, which is great. What I'll get you to do under company though, I'll get you to click on the company on the right-hand side. Instead of having company, go other. And then you're just going to write underneath, go Awards Australia.
Yeah.
Yep. So go Awards Australia there. Yeah. So with a capital A and a capital A. Yep. And then we'll go and add another website. Underneath, it's got add website. Yeah. And this time I'll get you to copy and paste the Facebook URL. So up there, yep. So click on that one. Go back to home on the left-hand side. So it's got page settings and yep. And yeah, click on up the top. Click on the awards. Oh yeah, we're in a different part. Yep. And there we are. Just grab that URL there. Yep. And just go back to here, and we're going to go. And here again, we're going to go other. And this time we're just going to go Awards Australia -Facebook. And the other one I'm slightly tempted to do is particularly once we're finished with it is your YouTube channel. So maybe what we do is copy that. While you've still got it in your paste, I have a feeling you didn't already paste, even though it's easy to remember. But go to Basecamp and just paste the Facebook address into Basecamp at the bottom there. Yeah. And while you're in there, you could copy the YouTube link from there if you like. Yeah, so just above Twitter. Yeah, that's it. Just copy that one. And just go, yep, and then other, and again, Awards Australia, YouTube, just a good landing page, YouTube, just because we'll put all your other links in there as well. I think your mobile is right, correct? So that's all good. The address I would just put in, you might want to say Melbourne, Australia, or something along those lines.
Head office.
Yep. Jeff's there, so yep. So other than that, so if you put in Australia or Melbourne, Australia, and then go save.
That's like the office. Melbourne. Because that's what I've got on profile, so it's great.
Okay.
Correct, and then just go save. Great. So let's just close that one. Let's copy Annette's URL up the top there so that we know that's the one we've kind of looked at. And just paste that below. Personal, yep. And then let's go back to LinkedIn again. And scroll down a little bit further for us. Scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah. Okay, so where that little, so you've already got it. So what I'll get you to do now is click on the Awards Australia logo next to Chief Operating Officer.
And just go back. I think we've.
It's okay there. That's good.
Was that so go back on it?
So now the little pen on the right, if you go across, yeah, there we go.
I was thinking I'm happy to go into here. What you can do, there's all sorts of things you can put in here. What we often recommend is, so this is up to date. You've already said you're cheap operating. All I'd suggest maybe just adding in here so scroll down a little bit further. So see, you've got no description in there. So what we could do is actually use the sort of longer description that we did as far as contact us and what a bit about Awards Australia. So that short description there. We know
On the Facebook.
Yeah, so you just write specialising in awards programs to partner with us and/or. So you're just using this purely as a vehicle. You probably don't need the hashtags in this part. So yeah, just use that part and just paste that into the description. But again, it's just something I think like Josh may have said, and it's just something that then people know how to contact you about Awards Australia. And then I'll get you to upload the image that we're going to use. So the cover that you just used, I think you're going to use a slightly different one now. So upload the cover image again. Yep, that makes sense. Yep.
Not sure. Is that the one? Yeah.
Yep. And instead of saying social media, we're just going to call it, just write www.awardsaustralia.com. Just so that it just sort of tells people that's where they can go looking to find out where the thing is, and that will be visible. And just go apply. And then, did Annette want to put her Annette at Awards Australia in this part? And then just go save. Technically, what you could be doing here is Annette, because remember, is that saving or not? Does that go?
No, it didn't.
What's to say? So just copy the detail in that part. So, and then maybe what we need to do is just refresh it, as in refresh the page, and we'll try and do one thing. No, so it doesn't like probably doing the picture at the same time as doing the word. So just close that and then refresh the page for us. Yeah. And then we'll go back to that. Oh, look, that has been added. So just go to the little pencil on the right-hand side. So that's good. Maybe it was just a furphy. It was telling us it hadn't saved, but it actually had.
There we go.
Cool. All right. And now click on that icon like you did before, Josh, and that'll take us to the company page. Just drop down this messaging so that hides the messaging there. So see how it's got a little arrow on the right-hand side? Yeah, just drop that down. Perfect. Then we'll just start from the... Well, actually, the first thing we should do is go Admin Tools. Click on Admin Tools for me, which is next to New on the right-hand side. Admin up under Viewers. That's the one. Yeah, perfect. And let's go in. We're going to go Manage Admins. Okay. Now I don't know how many. If these are all people. So Josh is on there already. So are they all still relevant?
No, this one's not.
Okay, so we can remove them. Yeah. All right, and then we'll add admins. You and I are connected, Annette, so you'll be able to add me. So if you go Steve, and that's me there, yeah. And just go, just give me, we don't need to be super admins. You're the super admin. We just content admin. And then we go, Facebook doesn't give you this. The one area where LinkedIn is one step advanced on Facebook is, yeah, Facebook just has admin. Let's go add admin. And would see, actually, Hannah, would have you...
I've just sent Annette, I sent her a thing on her network.
Okay, maybe not.
So I don't know.
Hannah,
there.
Yes,
yeah.
There you are connected. There you go.
Yeah.
And then again, just content and save. Awesome. And then we'll go to home on the left-hand side. Up on the left-hand side, underneath the icon, your little... You go home. I think... So often what we do, so what we report on is around how many people are getting impressions by... You see at the moment, you actually had a drop over the last month around impressions and that sort of stuff. I think if I didn't mention it last time, I'll mention it now. We're actually finding with our company page on LinkedIn, we're actually getting higher impressions organically on LinkedIn than we are on Facebook nowadays, right? So Facebook's really become an ads platform. That's the reality. Your Instagram will give you a higher organic, but realistically, Facebook itself, it's less generous, right? So, but we'll talk about ways that we're going to get higher impressions on the different channels anyway. So the next thing we'll do, Josh, is just click on the pencil on the top right, and we'll put the cover image that we want to have now on this page. Okay. So maybe just hit save. We'll do one thing at a time. And then go edit page underneath. Yeah. And up the top, it's got page info. Just click on page info. Yeah. And let's use the short about. See, at the moment it's using 67. Let's use probably to the emojis, but without the together. You might not be able to say together we are making a difference. See that what's, yeah. So maybe just copy the specializing in a... Oh, you try it all.
No, I think you might fit that.
Do you reckon?
Oh, no, I think we got to 130. Yeah.
Yeah, so get rid of the together we're making a difference and just put in the emojis, I reckon.
So emojis for fun, or will they actually help?
The emojis are just point of difference, really. Just looks better.
They're eye-catching.
Yeah. Having said that, there's a right place for them, and there's also a number. It's a bit like Instagram. You don't want to overdo it either. So yeah, let's go save on that one. Yep, that's good. Your buttons are probably going to be okay, but let's just click on that. Just make sure it's pointing where we want it to be. I see how it's using an old HTTP. I reckon you'd be a HTTPS now. So just copy, because that just means you can see it on mobile. So that might be an old. See what happens. Yes, there you go. So that was worth checking. You just go save again. Then let's go the overview. Now, other than us, we're the only people who will ever read this overview is ourselves. Yeah, just give it the same sort of spacing as you've probably got on the website. So this probably long about is probably okay, but just make sure it's spaced out the way you'd like to have it spaced out. So it's not too chunky, that's all.
Is that all right?
I think so, yeah, that's looking good. So yeah, just say you got clear paragraphs. The other thing, what I do is, what's this saying? Oh, you've got a. So maybe at the bottom, what you'd want to say is, give a contact detail underneath to learn. So just do one. You know how we already copied and pasted. So we just basically do to partner and yep, put that as your last thing maybe. Yeah, we probably don't need the emojis in this part. And just so you can see what it actually all says, maybe copy it all and paste that into Basecamp for us too, so that if there's anything else we're using full details, then we might use this one. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
What? That's good.
Yeah.
All good? Okay. Maybe let's save that now just so we don't lose it. And then we'll keep going. Yeah. And let's go locations. I imagine with locations, you've probably restricted, you might want to do, in fact, you've got all these office locations. Do you want to, do they have addresses or not really?
They're both kind of wrong. That's like a generic, and that's actually not our address.
So maybe let's leave this as it is. That's okay. It's not going to make any difference ultimately, I don't think. So it's not going to hurt you or do either way. So I'd leave that the way it is. Yep. And let's go hashtags. Yeah, so we get rid of the top two and just maybe update it with those other two that we decided. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so you probably just need to copy it without the hashtag to put it in there. That's also copy as inspirational Australians. Yeah. And cool. And then save. Yeah. And featured groups, I don't know if you've been doing that, but no, very few people use groups. Often people say, oh, well, can we start our own? But the reality is, yeah, it's not quite the same effectiveness as what there is on Facebook groups and stuff. So unfortunately, it's not really, you wouldn't worry too much around that. So yeah, we can close that now. I think that's all good. I think we've probably done on that. So let's just click on view as a member. And let's just copy that URL up the top and paste that into Basecamp. Just so you know, this is good because we'll put this in all in the order that we've sort of got it open and any related passwords. So it'll actually become, we'll tidy this all up in a different post, and you'll see that in Basecamp. So when you need to refer things back and that sort of stuff. Cool. So that is that side of things. Now let's just go and and it's LinkedIn looking good, all star. LinkedIn company, that's completed now. Let's go to Facebook. Let's just have a quick look just to make sure we've completed what we need to on Facebook. We're going to update this cover, I believe. So do you want to edit? So maybe what you might do, Josh, is just copy the detail again. Copy all the all the words that went behind that. Just copy copy all that. And then we're going to go with the pencil up the top, and you're going to edit and you're going to upload a different photo, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was good, Hannah. We've not had any, realistically, the only little tricky bit was getting on Basecamp in the first place. Everything else
it's been very smooth.
is actually really good.
Easy as well because most of their socials are already up.
Yeah. I once had a business coach said I should charge people double if they already had them.
Yeah, you do say that actually.
It's often, as I said,
harder.
this isn't the example of that, but sometimes it can be more difficult than just starting afresh. Yeah, so let's just, if you refresh that page now, Josh, you'll see how that's created the post, and then we'll edit it. And then what we'll do is we'll go and remove that other photo that you don't want being seen. So just, yeah. So do that second. We'll do so just to the one you've just added. So scroll up and just add the words behind that one. Yep. And just give yourself a bit of space. Yep. Yeah. And save. No, we just got to close that. That's fine. This is published without tag maybe. I did that last time, but I think it's okay. So just go okay. So now what you need to do to remove that other photo, you can't actually use the 3 dots. You need to just scroll and go up to the top and go to photos, which if you click on more, I think, photos, yeah. And then cover photos, yep. And then just get rid of the one that you wanted to get rid of. So is there, if you could put your cursor over it, are you able to, maybe
that was 1 hour ago.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so let's see if this edit. Delete photo, that's it, yep. That'll also delete the post. Okay, cool. Done. All right, and then let's go back to the home page and let's go, so up the top, send a message isn't a good call to action. A much better call to action is learn more. So let's edit that. Edit button, yeah. And so, yeah, let's go learn more. Have you, out of interest, do you normally get many messages? No or yes? No, okay.
Individual award pages, we get them people asking questions.
Right. Yeah.
I see the Awards Australia page hopefully becoming, ideally, obviously, as you said, Steve earlier, about something, knowing more about us, but ideally we both become a partnership or sales page.
Yeah.
We need to get all this. And we can have some sort of slant, leading people towards how great it is to partner towards by what we do in terms of community connection.
I'm not sure if Hannah's making that out, but that's not coming through very clearly for us, Jeff. maybe because you're behind. So
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm with my poor eyes. I'm looking at the big one. For us, it's more. For me, it's about trying to have a focus on the Awards Australia pages towards connecting partners to the opportunities to be involved in the community, get involved, and make a difference.
yeah, I think we're going to talk about that in the planning session. So as you said, it's what are we going to post and what's the focus going to be. That's that sort of it's probably for our benefit to understand primary and secondary perhaps focuses, particularly if you know around any ad side of things too. You've got two distinct audiences, which is slightly different to our other clients. So yeah, let's just revisit that when we get to that planning side of things in terms of what we're posting. But remembering, just so you understand, our strategy is all about what's publicly available, and it's fairly evident. I think you've done a good job in terms of you had a website for a long time, and the way your website is structured, you've really got the 3 Ps now, right? You've got your partnership, programs, and podcast. So without it being rocket science, I can kind of see that marketers love Ps, by the way, but I can see that that's evident just straight off the top that should be the focus of our posts, right? So, and often we're going to be talking to slightly different, and then so let's cover that off. But that's a good point, Jeff. So thanks for that. And so let's go scroll down. I think it's just edit page, but if you scroll down on the left-hand side, Josh, and let's go back to edit page info. I just want to have a look in here. So again, I just description. Let's just update our description so it's consistent with our other short. You can actually have 200 or so in this one, I think. So you could probably just do everything without the hashtags. Specializing in awards recognition program. I think you'll be able to put that in. I hope you will. Yeah, so just get rid of 255. So that should actually no, it doesn't. What is it? Awards Australia coordinates. So maybe let's paste the first part in and let's see how much we can create with the. Maybe what we do is we do everything other than the website. Other than after the website to start with. So just go State Awards program. Visit the website. And maybe then just put your couple of emojis at the end just to tidy it off. Yeah, let's go with that. And then, there must be a better category than company. So you can do 3 here. So let's write event. See what comes. So event planner, maybe. Yeah. What happens if you do awards? Not much. Not really what you're after. What about sponsorship? No, it doesn't like that. Surprised nothing comes up for award. I am actually slightly tempted. You know how a TV/awards came up? Given you got Channel 7 involved, you probably could use that. TV Film Award. It's better than company, I think. Everybody's a company at the end of the day. I would use that maybe. It's and then I'd remove company. I don't think companies sort of you need that there. Maybe then I think you asked Annette was community. See what happens with community service, that sort of thing. Community organised. So maybe community is the other, but I think what about happens if you put podcast in? There you go, podcast comes up. Maybe those 3 for now. Yep.
Just needs to start checks.
Yeah. I I thought you could only use 3, but I could be wrong. Yep. Is that phone number correct?
It is a correct phone number.
That's good. All right. So let's go a little bit further down. Just with that phone number though, maybe what you want to do is click on and then go to Australia. Yeah. Now yeah. That's it. Your website, just copy and paste the HTTPS just to be safe. The location is nowhere near where you are. This is the default location, which I think puts us somewhere in the Pacific and on a small island. But just zoom right out. I would actually, maybe you just put your well,
Or
what
just
is?
the city?
Don't you use a head office address? What is the head office address? Yeah, maybe without the 9, just put 42 Stud Road. And you could in bracket, 42 Stud Road, Bayswater. And then city. So Melbourne, right, Melbourne here. Melbourne Vic, yeah, and then the postcode. And then I'm afraid you're going to have to drag your little icon all the way to Australia, the little red one there. They're going to drag it over. So you're going to have to find it manually. Yeah, that's it. And now zoom out. Yeah.
I missed.
You missed, but you're pretty good. You're in the general hemisphere.
That wasn't a bad one.
Yeah, well, now you're getting there. Stud Road's quite a busy road, isn't it?
Oh,
We're down
perfect.
And the offices are set right back from the road,
Cool. All right.
No longer off the coast of Africa.
That's it. You're much more hyper located. Yeah, and service area. What you can do here is you could actually write Melbourne, Perth, Sydney, and the different capital cities. Yeah. Beautiful up in Brisbane today, isn't it, Hannah?
Yeah, it is sunny. It's been chopping and changing though.
We are shopping and changing too. It's now deluge.
Is it? On my side, it's not too bad. I reckon I could just about put the bins out for the rubbish truck that comes today.
Still coming down heavy here.
Okay, that's good. And then scroll down a little bit further. So that'll do us. Do you have on Google, do you have select hours that you sort of take calls, that sort of thing? What's your hours? Because it's probably worth making them consistent.
it's 9 to 5.
Yeah, so just go open selected hours and then put in your 9 to 5. Like Dolly Parton. Did Dolly just turn 70, I think, or something like that?
I saw that.
Yeah, and then Saturday and Sunday you can probably. Oh yeah, no, that's it. So you can just leave it like that. That's probably fine. Awesome. And then I think that's going to be it. Do you on the website have a privacy policy details? No, you do or no?
I don't think so.
No. So I'll get you what, just so you know what that looks like. There's a standard fare, right? Just so you probably should have. It's about how you use data, right? So on the top right hand, just open a new tab on the top right because it's probably something you could pretty easily just you can copy and paste. If you go to Diffy Social, just to point you what it looks like. So just click on us. There you go. We've even got a Google ad that's coming up, and then scroll to the bottom of ours. And see down there, privacy policy, underneath website by. Next to website by, yeah. And pretty much you could always copy and paste and pretty much just change words and business, right? So that's what a policy looks like, just so you know. Yeah. Clearly you want to do what it says. That's the other thing. But realistically, it's just a standard sort of blurb. It just says that we're only going to use any information we collect in a proper and legal manner. That's all. They're going to spam people and stuff. All right, so that's where you can find that if in future you want to add that to your website. So back to Facebook page, and I think we're just about So products, probably you could just leave that in there for now. That's all fine. So and I think now you should be able to just click. If you go back and on the left-hand side and just click on page on the left-hand side, all that information should have just updated. So it doesn't give a save option, so it should just happen, is my understanding normally. So there's no. Oh, here you go. Actually, while you're still in this part, other accounts. Just get you to. I didn't realise that was at the bottom too. Just click. Just all there. It's just the username. So we know that Instagram is called Awards.
Inspirational Australians.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is. Yeah, my bad. Yes, Inspirational, and the other one is Awards Australia. Inspirational dot Australians. So you do and that'll add that one, and then on the right hand side, just do an add plus again next to that, and then this one's going to be Twitter. Just go on the drop down there, and just click on Twitter, and you're going to write Awards Australia, one word, but then put the one in. Yeah, and that's it. And so now let's go page on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side for us. Yeah, probably I wouldn't add. So we usually just do Instagram and Twitter there. Again, trying to find these things is actually it's more for ourselves. But click on that one there. What may have happened often, if you just refresh this page, sometimes when we update phone numbers and addresses, it does create a post. So you can choose whether you want to keep them there or we can delete them. It's done that. So basically what you can do is see the three dots. These ones you will be able to just remove, I believe. Delete post if you want. So the main reason is it just affect how many we want them to see certain ones, but not necessarily those ones. So that's okay. So that's good. All right. While I think about it, although I've had a few issues with it, but remember with the net, we were saying about the fact that how do you add email and also Twitter to a net's LinkedIn? So if you go on LinkedIn on the left, to our left here, Josh, LinkedIn, sorry. You're going to delete that one? Yep. Yep. Something. All right. Cool. Let's go to LinkedIn on the left-hand side, and then let's go back to Annette. So we'll click on her profile up the top there, and go view profile. In actual fact, we're going to go to settings and so I don't know why I said that. So click on her again up the top, and we're going to go settings and privacy. That's it. And here, first, what we'll do is account preferences up on the left-hand side, I believe. And then you've got maybe just scroll down the middle. Probably it is syncing and stuff, but calendars. Partners and services, Microsoft. There, Twitter. Let's click on Twitter and see if it'll enable us. Just add a Twitter account. This is your LinkedIn password, Annette.
Yes, it's happening. Your own personal.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, yeah, I know. Changed it.
Okay, and then authorize app on the left-hand side. The blue, yep. On the blue one, sorry, yep, that one there, yep. Let's see if this one goes. There you go. So that's now connected. So we'll look at that in a minute. But there, where's our email ones? Profile information up above, I reckon. Okay. Now, just maybe click on that one. Name, locate. Yes. Okay, that's that one already there. You know what I reckon it probably is? Scroll down a little bit further. So on that little pencil down below where it's got contact info, let's click on that one. And scroll down. Where's your email? Oh, there it is. So email address, let's click on the little, see how you've got info at. So that's interesting. So click on this. You already have more than one. So by the look, so click on that one. You know how when you were signing in before? So there you go. You've already got them. You can sign in as either, just so you know, and your primary one is actually info, Annette, just so you know when you're signing in. That's all I wanted to look at. Cool. You can close that window and just go back to LinkedIn and have the other one. That tab, I should say. Don't close the window for now. Yeah, let's just go close this one then. Yeah, and close that box. Yep, that's all good. So now we will test that in a second. In fact, we may let's have a go now, just so you know. Go back to LinkedIn. Yeah, and let's go. Let's write a post, right? So just go start a post, and see on the right hand side it's got anyone on the top right. Top. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, and go anyone plus Twitter, and go save. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a shout out as well as ourselves, just because we're going to give it some love and it'll help share about across both of our networks. But we're going to say just revising. And put the @ symbol in there, Josh, and then write Awards Australia. There, click on that. Yeah. Oh, where'd it go? Awards, have your space. That's the one. Yeah. Awards Australia, space, social media channels, with, and then you might write @ Josh. Yeah. Comma. @ Jeff. Comma. @ Steve. Space. There's probably a few Steves. Popular name back in our generation. Maybe, yeah, there we go. You don't need all the CPM marketing. That makes me look a bit, so you get rid of that. And then comma, whoop. Oh, that's all right. @ Steve. Yeah. Go back to the Steve Hubbard part. There we go. and you probably leave the comment. That's it, and then space, and then at Hannah. There we go. At Hannah, and you probably do full stop, right?
Do we
And
say
then,
social?
oh, you can do that. Yeah, of Diffy Social, that would be nice. Thank you, Annette. Good idea. Of at Diffy Social, and there we go. Yep, and full stop. Then we're going to do this as if to learn more. I want you to use that to learn more sentence. Oh, to partner. Yeah, to partner.
Yep.
Whoop. Just go Control Z. Yep. To partner with us. Yep. And you probably have your hashtags as well. Interesting what it brings up. So
Yeah.
So put your hashtags as well. So copy underneath. Yep. Space, enter. Yep. And then let's get rid of that. Get rid of that picture unless you particularly like that picture. But I would close that picture. Here's a good picture, mind you. But then use the picture that we've just updated the cover photos with. Yep. Oh, true. Yeah, because this is a net. And yeah, it's a good photo, but we'll use it on something else. So for today, because we're updating this cover, let's use this one. And then go done. Just revising Awards Australia social media, and I think that's looking pretty good, right? Just revising Award Australia social media channels with Josh, Jeff, Steve, Hannah of Diffy Social to partner with us and to not I think that's good. Often we'll say to learn more and connect with us to do it, but I think in this case this is a good way of just getting across. And let's go post, and then we'll be able to hopefully see that on your Twitter shortly as well. So that's good. That tests your sort of connection, and it's good for me too because the last couple of times we've done that, and I don't know why, but that Twitter's been a bit of a bugbear for us. So that's working. Looks like it's working fine. I don't think we're going to have to do anything to the Instagram, but let's just go to Instagram and just click on that and just make sure. I think Instagram is fine. Yep, so we'll leave that as is for now. We'll go to Twitter, I think is the same. I don't think there's anything that we need to do to update or do here for now. Oh, you want to update it? Do you want to update the profile image? So just go edit profile and just change that photo. I knew there was something that we wanted to do. Oh, and we can already see that. You're just on Twitter, yeah. So profile on the left-hand side. Oh, yeah, there it is. Edit profile. Yeah, and apply. All right, now on Google My Business, I'll get you to go there next. And now I'll get you to go, actually, in fact, often it tells you need to do this if you need to do it. But if you scroll down a little bit on this page, see it's got add public, add logo. So click on the add logo first. Let's do that first. And so, yeah, oh, it's already got a logo, but I'd get you to put that pencil and just add the one without event management written on it. Upload, just click on the blue box in the middle, yeah. I think it's in downloads, yeah. Or actually, no, wherever you might just have to stretch it out. Yep. Give yourself a bit of extra white space. It doesn't hurt. And underneath where it's got edit, add caption, just go Awards Australia logo. Yeah, and just go set logo. And then where it's got cover, we'll just update the cover to our new one.
Was it under AA now?
It was sitting by itself, wasn't it?
I put in, I think AA designs, social media, like designs.
Not bad.
There you go.
I knew it was under designs and I saw social media default. Yeah, so it's not the
Now, just so you know, because realistically with Google and YouTube, you know, clearly they don't sit in with the normal sort of networking sites. But the best thing you can do here, even better than I saw you did updates before, and we'll do a monthly or update, but is just to keep your photos. Just you can't load too many photos, right? So if you've got a lot of award ceremonies, see that plus sign up the top, just go plus and add photos into here. That's what's going to help you, right? So just add and keep adding. As I said, you'd have a back library, I'm sure, of plenty of different photos that you could add in here. And so I'm going to suggest, and Hannah's going to write it as something that could be a good homework exercise for you, is just to keep adding photos, right? Because that will help you. Yeah. And you kind of own this now. You can update it. So in actual fact, I think Google may well have created this one for you, because I think it was showing an image of your street address, right? So anyway, so that's all good. If you do that, that will help you. I think the other thing I saw that it did want you to update your info, your about details. So let's go info underneath posts on the left-hand side. On the left under posts. Yeah, that's it. And just make our sort of standard. So scroll down, check your hours, but scroll down a little bit. Scroll down, products, no. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So established in. So that's the long about, I think. So if you click on that long about, I'd suggest to you that you're probably better off just using the short about that we've created. Rather than that exceptionally long one that's on the website. So you just use those 2 sentences there. And just go apply. It might take a bit of time for it to update, but it will update. What's that saying? Oh, it doesn't like websites, by the way. So I'll visit the website. You'll have to say, yep, sorry. It already has the website there. So you visit the website, phone, yep, and just go apply. Yeah, cool. Now what we can do is go to YouTube. Yeah, the next one over. Sorry, the next tab up the top.
Yeah, I was making sure.
Oh yeah, sure. Yep. And YouTube, we're going to do the same thing. So you got that photo up the top right. If you click on that photo, let's see if this one's big enough. Often it's not, so we might have to just get you a. So there we go. There you got that one there. So basically, we're going to go change. Yep. It just needs to be a bigger image. That's all. So let's find that one that you've got. It's under social media from memory. It probably is a big photo, so hopefully it will fit. Let's see. Oh, what does it say?
6 megabytes.
Oh, it's too big. Okay. Are you using a Mac?
No.
Do you know how to resize?
Yes.
Okay, so just all you needed to do is, as you said, so just make a copy. What will you normally make a copy and then just put the copy version in it at whatever it's asking for, or close to what it's asking for. Yours is actually slightly different. It's actually too big, this one, by the sounds. Normally we have to make a much bigger picture for YouTube.
All right, so you can tell me if you do this a better way, but this is how I do it.
No, I won't. Believe me, it's not my set of skills. So I will never criticize other people that know how to do things in a particular way, particularly when it comes to what. Yeah. So you're.
Aggressively resizes it, so you have to do a little bit. That's now 2 megs.
2 meg. Oh, that should be good. If it's not, if that fails, I'll resize it and send it to you via Messenger. There you go. Yep. So yeah, it's a slightly unusual. So the good thing is it's a flexible enough image that you can do it like that. That'll work. Yep. The main one is that middle screen is what you want people to be able to see. So that's good. Which is, if you wanted to bring it slightly and more, you may be able to grab a corner and then see if you can get your Awards Australia so you get it to the right. You may, yeah, that's it. So if you bring that top corner up or the bottom corner down, maybe. Yeah, okay, that's as far as it'll go. What happens so if you do it from each corner? Just try grabbing each corner. Yeah, and then now bring it up a bit. All right, no, oh yes, so, as in try and bring the actual grab the whole thing and take it up. Yeah, that's it. But you probably want it to the right-hand side because you've got your logo on the right-hand side, right? So it's that main middle section that you want to get that has your logo then. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That is a bit tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. But you're getting there. The fact that you're able to do it is impressive, and it's a flexible enough image to be able to do it.
Oh, anything though. That's not doing anything.
That's all right, though. That's good. Great. We don't need the 10 people. 6, 7, or whatever we've got is more than sufficient. No one is ever going to look at this on TV. Even we won't look at this on a TV. Just so you know, it's only on your mobile mainly that we're going to see it. So as you said, that's very good now. Yeah. Particularly, there you go. Yep, that's good. I would go. I would go.
See the little box here?
I would go done on the bottom right-hand corner now.
Viewable on all devices.
Wow.
That little box just there.
Yeah.
This wider one is viewable on desktop computers.
Yeah.
And that other stuff is viewable on TV only.
Yeah. All right, cool. And then just down the bottom, doesn't maybe just add your watermark as well. So scroll down a little bit further. Yeah, so upload and just put your icon in there as a watermark too.
The logo.
Yeah, go to your logo. Yep.
Oh,
That's it. Perfect. And now go publish. Okay, and then once that's loaded as published, that's great. And then next to that, oh yeah, sorry, go back to where you were. Once you, oh yeah, so there you go. Go back to customized. Yeah, now on the right-hand side, it's got basic info. Can I get you to click on the basic info next to branding? At the moment, we're in branding. Yeah, that's it. And then I'll just get you to copy and paste the details that we have. Yeah, just write that one there. Yeah, and then scroll down a little bit further and see it's got add link. So you click on add a link. Yeah, and you're going to write website and then copy your website link. Yeah, and then you go to add link underneath and you're going to write Facebook. And you can go to Basecamp maybe for that one or whatever's easiest. There you go. That's the same. Yep. That's it. But yep. Go back to yeah, that was Facebook. Yep. So back to YouTube. Yeah. And then add link. And we'll do Instagram. And again, you probably can just go to the tab or yeah, either or.
No, it doesn't.
That's it. Yep. Yeah. And add link. And we'll do LinkedIn. Yeah. And you can go, Yeah, you can probably go to Basecamp. That's the company we're going to put in here. So there it is. Yeah. In fact, we don't need the stuff that's if you paste it into YouTube, I'll tell you what we can get rid of. In fact, you can do it in here. Yeah, get rid of everything, including the question mark. Yeah, that's it. And just copy the rest. Okay, and then let's do Twitter. Yep, but we'll also add in your Google Map as well. Yep. Only 5 are visible at any one time. That's all. Yeah, so the last one would just be Google.
So that is 5, Steve.
Oh, yeah, there's a H missing there. That's it. Yep, that's all. Yep, that's 5. Yeah, just write Google this time, and you've got the map copied.
Where am I getting? Is it in Basecamp or?
I am Basecamp. Yeah, and it's one of the ones up the top.
There we Google My Business map. Just there.
That's the one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then scroll down, and then you've got first 4 links. See if you can give your first 5 links. Yeah, there you go. Cool. And then you just put your email address in there.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. It's nothing further down, so go publish. And now you can enjoy what your page is going to look like. So now if you go to your channel, yep, go to channel. Probably close any other YouTube ones that you've got open. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah. And yeah, so see you've got all those links now there. So that's what I was saying to you before. It's just a really useful way of finding all your details as well. Cool. So what we'll do now is just if you open one more plus up on the top right, and we're going to write if this then that, but it's if I TTT. I know IFTTT.
IF.
TTT. Yeah, 3 T's. Yeah, and enter. Yeah, and click on that. It helps everything work better together. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go sign up on the top right, and we just use sign up there down below. Oh, you can continue with Google. You maybe continue with Google. Actually, no, depending on what you sign in, if there's ever an issue, it's easier to just to go with, let's use Annette. Let's go sign up. This actually doesn't ask for any verification. So just use Annette's email, and we'll make a note that that's what we used. So, and use Annette, and then our standard password. So the same one that you've copied and pasted. That's it. And all we're doing here, you don't need updates. So just go sign up. All we're doing here is just making it so your Instagram post will go to Twitter. So we're going to go get more in the middle. Yeah. And we're going to write Instagram to Twitter. And scroll down. I think that seemed to just go click back where you were. It seemed to bring up the biggest one that we wanted. Just go back 1 space. Oh, okay, no, just type Twitter again. That was weird. I did see it, but now it's there. It is. What's that one? Oh, that's actually that one's
it's like
not
a
the biggest
600 one.
Yeah, scroll down a bit further. Maybe go back. Post your Instagram. Scroll down a bit further. Instagram. Scroll down. Maybe just write what you had before. Instagram to Twitter. I thought I was going to get a quick one. Yet Instagram to Twitter, and then we're going to scroll down. What's this one? It's 15:1. It's not too bad. That's video though. Scroll down. That's 4.3.
There it is. Yeah, on the right. Tweet your Instagrams.
Yeah.
Yep.
because it's 650 is the best one, clearly, or at least it's the most popular. And then we just hit connect. Because you've got them all open, it'll first find them.
Handy little tool. So this is like a little automation, is it?
Yeah, it's just a little shortcut, because when we use free, so just go allow. When we use free Hootsuite, it only gives us 3 channels. So we need a way of getting posts to Twitter as well. So this was the way that we do it. That saves us having to pay for a Hootsuite platform.
Any other little handy ones in here that we can use?
Any other handy hints? So authorize app, yeah. That's that one, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, have an explore. But what you can do is, once we've done it, just copy the link for yourself up the top and put it into Basecamp so that you know that we've done that, right? So copy and then paste, and just make a note that we used a net app. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, and then paste. And you guys don't have Hootsuite at the moment, right?
We do have it, yeah.
Okay, so do you want to open your Hootsuite then, in terms of how do you normally go? Is it? I'm assuming you've probably got, because you've got multiple channels. You've got Hootsuite, right? So
yeah, we've got Hootsuite, and we don't use it for Australia. Just for now. The other cheapers are now other ones.
Okay, so do you want to create just a new Hootsuite for this one then? Yep. So let's go there. What I'll get you to do is go to our checklist. There's a free link that you can use. So go top on the third into Basecamp, and then you'll have to just go all the way up to the top for us. Yeah. And yep, all the way. And then and then at the bottom of these setup session, it's actually got Hootsuite. Yeah, so you got Twitter. There it is, Hootsuite, and then see it's got free offering. So copy that link and just paste that into the URL that you've got elsewhere. Or yeah, or
So this one here?
Yeah, just paste it into there, yep. They'd rather you pay for it. So now on the right hand, so basically, no, so yeah, sign up for free plan. That's it. And then again, no thanks, I want the free plan. Yeah, so
email address and that Awards Australia is used for our paid Hootsuite.
Yeah, so I would say here, full name, you're just going to call it Awards Australia. That's all right. Just call it Awards Australia in here. And then and use an email that you don't currently use for, yeah. So if we're going to use the info and the password, if you can copy and paste that same password. Yep, create. All right, so the first thing we'll do is just click on Facebook on the top left. And you just type in Awards Australia, it'll find it. Oh, there it is, that's the one. Add, and just go take ownership. And then go done. Okay, and then Instagram. No, switch accounts, yeah. And that looks like it, yep. And then go allow. And take ownership. It may have been put into your professional one at one point. And just go sign in to Facebook. And then that's Jeff's password to sign in, or whatever the company one is. Great. I'm always a little bit relieved when that happens because you do have a business manager over the top of this, so that can sometimes play up. But anyway, LinkedIn is the next one. And the last one, because we already, so now you would just go, and just, this is the one you sign in. So that's just your password into LinkedIn, Annette. Oh, you can use that because that's what you've actually got. I don't think you've associated net at, you've associated info at, yeah.
Sorry. Literally the one you're pointing at.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, you can save that. Scroll down and then go allow. And then again, you're going to find the company. There's probably only one. Oh, there you go. Add yep. And just go take ownership. So it must have been set up in a different platform. So, but now it just happens to be in this one. And that's it. So you're going to go continue.
Oh, yeah, we've done the Twitter.
And just go. You don't. Yeah, we go. Just set up a dashboard. But although I don't even think we need to do that. But click on set up a dashboard just out of interest. It's the more logical one. Just close that box on the left-hand side. Your dashboard is ready Awards Australia. So close that. Just while you're in there, see the bottom left. You've got your little shadowy person. Let's click on that. And I'll just get you account settings, preferences, and billing up the top there. I'll just get you to just put the logo in there. Probably just set up. So upload and just put the logo in so that we know that that's the one we're in. We're in the right one. That's it. And just go save. Oh, it often does that. So scroll down. What's it telling us? URL Facebook, which is weird because it's, so you could probably paste your, I see how, so just write your Facebook, what's that, Google Plus? You know how that's weird nowadays. Anyway, I don't know why.
Does Google Plus don't exist anymore?
No, it doesn't exist. It's not even a thing. LinkedIn. And yeah, just don't worry about Twitter. Get rid of, I'd leave that. So see, it'll save that now that Google Plus, as you said, I think it's that's all good. There we are. Perfect. So that little logo should appear by rights. Well, how we normally look at that, I don't know how you guys normally go about it, but yeah. So on your left hand side, underneath the orange thing at the moment, there's like a little calendar. So if you click on calendar, that on the left hand side under the yellow, the one below it there, click on that, publisher. There you go. And then you click on content in the middle. Up the top in the middle, it's got planner, content, promote. Yeah. And then you go scheduled.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's how we can see what's currently being scheduled. So we schedule a week in advance on a Monday. So if at any time you want to have a look and see what's scheduled in advance, you could always go in and have a look. Having said that, if you do go in, make sure that you sign out because otherwise there'll be that sort of verification issue between. So well done. I think given we took a comfort stop, I reckon we've basically set up everything that we needed to set up in that session, basically. So I reckon if you guys are in agreement, we should take a break for lunch. What do you reckon?
Sounds good. Thanks, Steve.
Well done, guys.
A lot of good stuff.
All right. And so let's jump back on about, say, 10 to 2. Does that sound okay?